Well. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025-2026 NBA champions are the New York Knicks. They close it out in San Antonio, game 5 on the road, something they've been doing all playoff long, embarrassing teams on their home floor to close out series. And although this was a better game than the other closeout and elimination games, they still reign supreme on the road, led by an historic performance from Mr. Jalen Brunson in a game in which his second best player scores 2 points and fouls out, in a game in which OG Anunoby was cool, but he wasn't nothing spectacular today. In a game in which Mikal Bridges was doing whatever Mikal Bridges does. In a game in which nobody else really shows up, Jalen Brunson proceeds to go out there and score half of his team's points by himself. That young man deserves all the praise that we are about to heap on him tonight. Job well done, Jalen Brunson. That is what I was talking about. These kind of performances make legacies. And now, Jalen Brunson, the player in which people said he was too small to get it done. People thought that them signing Jalen Brunson from the Dallas Mavericks, $25 million a year, are you crazy? I remember at the time. People thought later on it was like, oh, that $25 million a year, that's on a discount. That wasn't the talk when he first signed that contract. That wasn't the talk when he first signed that contract. $25 million a year. He gets over here. We first had to get Julius Randle bum ass out the way. Had to get him out the way. But guess what? Since he's been in New York, I posed the question, how many guards have been better than Jalen Brunson in the playoffs? And to me, I couldn't get a satisfactory answer. Not many names were able to be brought up. And now, Jalen Brunson outperforms the two-time MVP against the same squad and does something that the two-time MVP couldn't. What a game from Jalen Brunson. And he is now not only just a champion, he's a finals MVP. Two things Steve Nash will never be able to say. Marks! How are you on this? Well, it's tonight for me. It's early morning for you. How are you on this tonight morning?
I'm good, man. I mean, the Spurs couldn't even let me push the fake Spurs and 7 prop for any longer than 2 days, man. They couldn't even give out false hope. So that was terrible. But, I mean, shout out to the Knicks. Thoroughly deserved. Hell of a postseason run. Shout out to Jalen Brunson. Hell of a game. Best closeout game since Giannis, in my opinion. I don't exactly know who the comp is for that conversation. I guess it would be, Jokic and Steph, because Tatum's was stat padding. And Shea's was Giannis. 9 for 206. Yeah, it's best since Giannis, yeah. Yeah, so shout out to him. Amazing game. In a game in which neither team could score for real. He was like the only, for the Knicks anyway, the only source of offense. So shout out to him. I think because he had like 15 in the fourth, he might have set the finals record for points per game in the fourth quarter. Because I know Steph had it in 2015. His was like 10.8, and Brunson was at like 10.3. But you score 15. I think that might be enough. I don't know, but someone will
You
have a
probably
graphic or
pushes
something.
him over. Yeah.
Yes. So shout out to Jalen Brunson. Amazing. You know Becky Hammond gonna be asked a lot of questions. For sure. Shout out to all the small guards who are now gonna get drafted higher in the draft because of Jalen Brunson. So shout out to you guys. You guys are back. I know a few months ago it was spooky when Trae Young was getting traded and John Morant is a negative asset and all of this. Jalen Brunson has now saved you guys. So shout out to you. Shout out to. I think he was a bit harsh on Mikal. I think Mikal had a good game today. I think Mikal was cool.
I said he's Mikal Bridges. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, but you was like Mikal Bridges doing whatever Mikal Bridges does. That was slanderous. Shout out to Mitchell Robinson for maybe the biggest rebound in Knicks history. Oh no! Shout out to second. OG just had one last game. Yeah. OG just had one last game. My fault. Yeah, I mean, coming into the playoffs, I definitely didn't see this coming for the Knicks, like at all. But seeing the run they went on, how they adapted to what Atlanta did. Shout out to Atlanta being the only team to beat them twice. Salute
Facts.
to them. It was a hell of a postseason run. They only lost 3 games. They went 16-3. Like, I don't think people are understanding. Like, Boston in 24, I think, was 16-3 because they swept Indiana. They lost once each to Miami and Cleveland, and they lost once to Dallas. They were 16-3. Denver was 16-4. So, like, we're talking about 16-3 is a hell of a postseason run. Shout out to Mike Brown. Congratulations. His first NBA championship as a head coach. Solidified Hall of Famer, I think now.
First ballot.
Salute to him. You know, Jalen Brunson's going to be in them top 10 point guard of all time talks now.
Yes, sir.
He might be the greatest Knick of all time for some people nowadays, especially the people who aren't old enough to know the lore from the 70s. Like, they're going to be putting him over Ewing, over Melo. That's really what they got in the modern era for real. But, like, shout out to Jalen Brunson. Cat had a good series. Obviously, it started a lot stronger than it ended, but still had a good series. OG, we said everything we needed to say about OG after game 4. Jose Alvarado helped win his team a game in the playoffs. Landry Shamet in the early games, game 1 and game 2, really good. Everyone who they needed contributions for contributed in some capacity, whether it be for the full series or a particular game. So shout out to the Knicks, thoroughly deserved. Can't say I'm surprised. I mean, both of us had the Knicks winning the series. It was just a bad matchup for the Spurs. Now, I will say, there's no way you lead by double digits in every game and lose in 5. Like, that's unforgivable. But shout out to the Knicks. Yeah, that's it, really. Shout out to the Knicks. I ain't really got anything else to say.
Yeah. We'll now transition to the Spurs. We'll talk about the Spurs a little bit. I do want to give a big shout out to Dalen Harper. He was absolutely amazing today.
Being held back by his coach, but you know, we still make it work.
He was absolutely amazing. He's the second best player on this team. I mean, I think that should be unquestioned at this point.
Saying what I said months ago, but welcome, I guess. Congratulations.
Whatever. I've been a Dalen Harper fan. I just wasn't able.
I'm not
to see things. I have to see things play out. Excuse me for watching things play out. He's the best. He's the second best player. He was the best player on the court for them tonight. But another conversation. We'll get into that. But I do want to give a big shout out to Dalen Harper. He was amazing. De'Aaron Fox, the dynasty starts after you, my good guy. You just weren't that good this entire postseason run, to be honest.
Respect the Portland series.
He had the Portland series.
Low leverage hoops. He got it done.
I'm saying in its totality, you weren't good, right? And I do think there were a myriad of things that went into that. Number one, I haven't liked your role on this team all year. I've been very vocal about it. Number two, although you are supposed to be a veteran point guard, this too was your first time in a lot of these high leverage situations. Um, and I think that because obviously your money, everybody likes to look at, oh, he makes $60 million, he makes $60 million. So we ignore when Stephon Castle's ass because it doesn't matter because he makes $60 million. I had a very similar season like this, rooting for my team, the Lakers, in I believe 2022, when we first got Russ, and Russ was out there shooting shit off the side of the backboard, and everybody was stuck on, oh my goodness, we're complaining about Russ not only because he's ass, but because Russ makes $44 million, right? And it had gotten to a point where shit. I mean, when every time LeBron missed a shot, it was Russell's fault. When we didn't call a timeout, when we needed to call a timeout, it was Russ's fault. When you know what I'm saying? So that kind of is how it goes when you're on a bad contract, unfortunately. And that's exactly what Fox is on. He's on a bad contract. So yeah, he's getting moved this offseason. I'm more than sure he's going to get moved. But he was just flat out bad. There's no way around that. It was bad for them this playoffs. He needs to be in another team, in another jersey come next season. Victor Wembanyama. You know what? I'm gonna let you go before I start talking. Go ahead. What are your thoughts about the Spurs and the Fox situation? I'll let you get that off first.
Oh, the Fox. I don't think there is a Fox situation. I think everyone in the building knows what's coming. At some point, it becomes it's not even a Fox issue. Dylan Harper is just too good. Like, Fox stunk it up. But even if Fox played well, I think you'd be talking about this just for the fact that Dylan Harper is simply too good. So, yeah, give Dylan Harper his credit. Shout out to him. I always say contracts are removable, and then I see them get moved. So I'm not going to say De'Aaron Fox's contract is immovable.
He'll be moved. But I don't even think he'll have too much of an issue.
I'm not going to say that. He is going to be one of the highest paid players in the NBA next year. And that money is only going up, guaranteed 260 over the next, 5 years, I think, whatever.
5?
It might be 4. I don't know. I'm not good at numbers. I'm not good at knowing what people's contracts are. I just know it's a lot of money. But yeah, Harper's got to be given more license than he has. That's simple. If I'm the Spurs, I've been saying it for a while now. Prioritize a 4-man who can be physical, match up with some bigger fives, rebounds, close possessions. If they have scoring chops, that's a positive. Like, that's a bonus. But just any legitimate power forward for him. I don't know who that is, but if you can find them, then go get them. I also hope that the Spurs aren't one of those teams that think just because they're young, they're destined to be here again. This league moves fast. You're not guaranteed to be anywhere next year. It's very possible the Spurs, if they run it back, and lose in the first round next year. It's very possible. So let's make sure if you're the Spurs, you're not just satisfied with where you went, even if you exceeded expectations from the preseason, from the first round of the playoffs, whatever. Make adjustments, internal development, internal growth, but also try and improve your roster. There's no reason we are in the NBA Finals. And if I say you have 6 playable players, I'm being generous, because tonight, Castle was egregious. De'Aaron Fox was egregious. Keldon Johnson has been egregious the whole playoffs. Luke Cornett, all he can do is try and give Wemby a rest. Sucks in the role he's in. You had, 4 playable players? Harper, Champagny, Vassell, and Wemby? In the last game of your season? That's not good enough. Your roster is not good enough. I think that's why people like me and Roto picked the Knicks in this series. Your roster just wasn't good enough. In terms of the flaws it has, in terms of how it can be defeated by the Knicks, but also just from top to bottom, talent perspective, skill set, versatility, you lack in a lot of areas. Shout out to you guys for making the finals. but you lack in a lot of areas. So hopefully you guys don't, complacent was the word. Hopefully you guys aren't complacent, and you make the necessary roster adjustments, or at least try to anyway. Castle, we get it. You're a young player. You went outside today. It is what it is. You went outside today. It was bad. He couldn't get 2 feet in the paint if his life depended on it. Whether that be on Jalen Brunson, whether that be on Josh Hart, whether that be on Landry Shamet, whoever it was, he couldn't get 2 feet in the paint. It was tough to watch. It just was. Wemby, we've said it. His offense is too raw. He's not a self-creator. He's a play finisher. And the Knicks all series long, minus game 3, the Knicks all series long did an amazing job of stopping Wemby from being able to be a play finisher. And then he had to settle for threes, and they didn't go in. I don't even know what he shot from 3 in this series, maybe 20%, something like that anyway. He doesn't have the tonight. So I think he was at 23% before this game. 1 for 6, probably about 20%. He probably shot sub 40 from the field. In and around anyway.
Today he was 7 for 19.
No, for the series.
Oh, for the series.
Probably. I don't know. Maybe if he wasn't, he was like 41%. He's just not good enough offensively to be, I'm not gonna say a focal point, because at the end of the day, a lot of the Spurs offense is from his gravity, even as a roller. Like, he's just still creating shots. So like, he can be a focal point of your offense, but he's not the type of offensive player you can put the ball in his hands and just good offense comes. He's not Jalen Brunson. He's not. That's Jalen Brunson is that type of offensive player. You put the ball in his hands, good offense comes. If you leave him one-on-one and he figures it out, you put 2 on the ball, we're now playing in the blender. That's an elite offensive player. Jalen Brunson, better offensive player than Wemby. Even for like bigs, he's not a Jokic. He's not a Joel Embiid. He's more in the Anthony Davis mold of offensive player. And there's nothing wrong with that. Anthony Davis was a good offensive player. But when that's what your offense is built upon, you need more reliable guard play to maximize your offense in this series. I think it hasn't adjusted yet because obviously the series just ended, but the Spurs for sure had a negative offense in this series, for sure. In fact, their defense was actually good in the series. They guarded the Knicks well. They just couldn't score, especially down the stretch of games, because their best player isn't a go-to option. And for whatever reason, they went to the guards who probably didn't want the ball in their hands as much. But so he's got to work on that. He's got to develop that, whether that's a post game, the mid-range game that I've been not begging for, but I've been speaking on for 2 years now, maybe 3 years, whatever. All the best in the world stuff, I know, is like, it's going to be easy now. He's not the best in the world, whatever. My thoughts on him in that regard haven't really changed. He's still in that group for me. On a per possession basis, I think he probably is the most impactful player in the sport. But I think one thing that definitely reared his head, and it's something I said maybe before the playoffs, before the Thunder series, you can be the most impactful player on a per possession basis. But if you genuinely can't raise your minutes without bleeding a ton of value because you get tired, I don't care if you're more valuable on a per possession basis. Because at the end of the day, in the higher leverage situations, we're going to need 45, 44 minutes from you. And we watch what Wemby does when he plays 44, 45 minutes. His impact plummets because he's not as mobile on defense. He starts making more mistakes. He's less willing to rotate. So if he can't play those heavy minutes, that's what, in my opinion, is the biggest knock against him in terms of those conversations. Mainly because I already thought he was in that tier with the offensive shortcomings I knew he had. So the Knicks being able to exploit that hasn't really changed my opinion of him because I knew they existed. How am I saying he was just tired? Let me not read the chat. Some people are just stupid. So yeah, he needs to figure that out. I mean, obviously being 7'5", is a different type of endurance required, but he's got to figure it out. He's got to be someone who you can rely on, especially in the postseason. Can we rely on you to play 39, 40 minutes a game? Not because we want to play you 40 minutes a game, but we need to know that we can if we need to. Right now, he's not in that spot. I still think he had a hell of a postseason run. I still think from top to bottom, if you just ask me who played the best throughout the playoffs, I'm still going to say it was Wemby. I think he was the best performer in the playoffs. But this was a bad final series for him. His worst series of the playoffs, for sure. He should have been suspended.
Absolutely.
He got a flagrant on Brunson in game 1 that wasn't called. He then
Yep.
got the flagrant. He got the flagrant on Cat, which was called.
Yep.
He got the flagrant tonight, which wasn't called. Was there another one? Was there another one that should have happened?
No, I think that's it.
Okay.
I think that's
Anyway, 3 flagrants in a series is what he should have
Mhm.
got. I'm hoping they still review it, and then after the game, they say it's a flagrant, so he misses game 1 of the playoffs next year, because he should be suspended. Like, he just should be.
You're
So
saying the Josh Hart 3-pointer? I don't remember that one. I don't remember a Josh Hart play. I do remember when he clearly flagrant fouled Jalen Brunson with the landing space rule.
yeah, that was
egregious. And for them to not even call that damn a flagrant foul, they didn't call a foul.
because they knew if they called a foul, they would review it, and there's no way they can say it's not a flagrant. So they had to let it go. Plus, Brunson made it, so it allowed it to have plausible deniability. He made the shot, so there wasn't really like damage done. But yeah, if I'm Wemby, the priority has to be conditioning and then my self-creation. I need to have those go-to spots in the mid-range. I need to develop the post game. I need to be someone. He needs to be an outlet for this team. He can't only be efficient in finishing play times. That's not good enough for this Spurs team. If he wants to get to the level that obviously people are projecting for him, it's because of the games in which he shows the flashes of creation, when he's making the step back threes or the jumpers going, or he's able to drive and get to the rim. That's what people are saying is the quote unquote GOAT potential. He needs to be able to unlock that more consistently. So that's the priority for him. Castle obviously is still going to be the jump shot. He needs to be a better decision maker as well. Some of his decisions are just head scratching. Dylan Harper is the intermediate game. They need that internal development from all 3 of those guys. Obviously, the future is still very bright. I mean, it's a young team. Carter Bryant, obviously a young guy. So it's not one of those teams where you have to be like concerned for their future, but you also don't want this to be a team that just sits on their laurels. It was still overall a successful season, but I know they should be disappointed. There's no way you lead by double digits in all 5 games in the finals, had 3 of the games on your home court, and you only won 1 game. Plus, you blew the biggest lead in finals history in one of those games. Like, that's just, if you're the Spurs, to be honest, for the rest of your careers, you should feel like you should have won this series. That's how you should feel. Now, shout out to the Knicks for taking advantage of you guys not capitalizing and executing, but that's how you should feel. And that can even make or break you when it comes to your development and growth. You don't want to dwell on it. You want to use it to like fuel you. But that's definitely how you should feel, in my opinion. If I played for the Spurs, there's no way we've managed to only win 1 game in the series. That's unforgivable.
And shout out to Chill, because we do try to deviate from these talks, but I think this series just really showed the lack of experience. I truly do. From the turnover late in the game between Castle and Wemby to the fatigue factor when it comes to Victor Wembanyama. You don't know what level of conditioning you need to be at until you run it to a point in the season or playoffs that you're like, oh shit, need to be getting better in better conditioning. You know what I'm saying? For the postseason.
Ant said something about that. Right?
Yeah, Ant did say something about that. He was like, hey, when I think it was 24, they made their first like deep run, and he was like, hey, I really saw I wasn't even really prepared or equipped to play this deep into the playoffs. So a multitude of things. But yeah, I do think that it really showed the lack of experience. Now, some of the Wemby being tired is, in fact, that you can't really sit him down because Luke Cornett is ass. But even then, even if the backup is good, like Mars alluded to earlier, like in these high leverage situations, I mean, you're going to be playing 40 plus minutes anyway. It's not even like that's really ever going to come down. For Castle, you know, you're the defensive guy. You're going to be your role on this team.
He was 1 for 10.
Yes. Give the ball to Dylan Harper. That's your role. Defend at a high level, rebound, and give the goddamn ball to Wemby and Dylan Harper. That's going to be your role on this team. Dylan Harper, I need an intermediate game, and I need a right hand. because some of your finishes, the reason why I think like OG specifically was able to really guard you well on some of your rim attempts is because he knew where the ball was going to be at. Because we all know that you're not going to try to finish with your right hand. And when you did try late in this game, you missed. You had a right hand layup and you missed it. So you gotta get your right hand a little bit better and your intermediate game. And I think sky's the limit. I don't know if this is a hot take, but the more and more I think about it, shout out to Toon. He's the one that kind of said this. I think the best version of the Spurs involves Wemby not being the best offensive player. And I'm not too mad at that. Maybe Dylan Harper is in fact that player once he gets to the level that he needs to be at. Because some of these problems to me that Wemby has, they aren't going anywhere. Wemby being able to get pushed off his spot with physicality isn't going anywhere. People being able to get into Wemby's handle because he's 8 feet tall isn't going anywhere. And I know we've all been asking for the mid-range game, but like, listen to the names that we bring up. Oh, man, I mean, if he's just Dirk, it's like,
if he's just one of the 5 best mid-range shooters ever.
If he's just one of the 5 best mid-range players ever, then, if he's KD in the mid-range, and it's like, what if Wemby's never that level of mid-range jump shot maker?
Which
I think he can still
more likely than not.
Exactly. Probably more likely than not. I don't think that kind of holds him back maybe from being like the best player in the world, but I do think there's a world that exists where Wemby maybe isn't ever the best offensive player in the league. Maybe. Now he still obviously can maybe, but
from an impact perspective, I think he'll probably just still be their most impactful offensive player because of all like the roll gravity stuff, the spacing value. Like Wemby shot 20% from 3, but like if he pump fakes, the bigs are jumping. Like that did happen on multiple occasions. So like from an impact perspective, he might still be their best offensive player. But in terms of late game, and this is true for a lot of bigs, by the way.
Yeah.
Late game, let's have our guards who can create offense from the outside and not ask our 7'28" guy to be that guy. I think these are all things that I know I for sure said before he was even drafted. Like the handle is cool. It looks good. But in terms of actual functionality, like we have to understand Wemby is 7'5", dribbling the ball around guys who are a foot closer to the ground than he is. Like the ball just has to travel a long way. Like that's just not functional when you're trying to navigate gap help. Like it's just that's just not feasible. And then the jump shot, I mean, we would all love to see the mid-range game develop. If he can get to league average, I think that becomes just that elevates him to a different level. If he's a league average overall shooter where he's like 43% from mid-range, 36% from 3 on solid volume, while being a good free throw shooter, you combine that with the play finishing, that to me is his avenue to the level of player in which I foresee. Everything else is just a bonus at that point, and like the hot streaks he can get on, it's like, oh my god. But in terms of the consistent impact, I think that's probably his most realistic avenue. And does that mean Dylan Harper can be their best offensive player or their go-to guy down the stretch of games? Sure. I think Dylan Harper also has to develop as just an overall playmaker and passer, just to maximize their 2-man game.
He definitely does need to do that.
But I still think those two at the helm, with Castle obviously being another highly impactful player. Devin Vassell, I think, had a good series. Shout out to Devin Vassell. Made timely shots, played overall good defense. Champagny had some good games in there. If I'm being honest, the only Spurs who I would say I left this series disappointed in, or how I would say had bad series, like relative to their standards, are Wemby and De'Aaron. Keldon Johnson, I knew sucked. So I don't even... Him existing is like, whatever. Shout out to you, Keldon. Luke Cornett, I ain't really have expectations for. Champagny, I think, held up his end of the bargain in this series. I know he got hunted a couple times on defense. More than a couple times. Hunted on defense, but still held up his end. Devin Vassell held up his end of the bargain. Dylan Harper more than held up his end. Castle tonight was terrible, but overall, yeah. But Wemby and De'Aaron are probably the two who I'm the most disappointed in terms of the level in which they played at in this series. And I think if they play better, this is a different series. But they just got to own that. I know Wemby's going to own that while being a member of the Spurs next year. And De'Aaron's got to own that on wherever his new destination is. I don't know where that's going to be. Wherever that is, he's just got to own that.
I'm ready. I'm ready for Fox to get up out of there, man. I'm not.
You think you've lost the war, or you just think this is a bad situation? You just want him in a new environment?
The war on what though? What was the war?
The De'Aaron Fox, really, really good player war.
I still think De'Aaron Fox is a really good player. I think he had a terrible outing, but De'Aaron Fox is a damn good basketball player.
So you don't think you've lost the war? I just want to. You don't think you've lost the war?
No.
Okay.
No.
You think you're losing the war?
Good basketball player.
Like, do you think right now you're in a bad place in the war? Like, do you think you've lost this fight?
I mean, of course, right now the PR is in the gutter, but for anybody, if somebody tells you that Fox is a bad basketball player, I'm not going to respect their basketball opinion.
I think De'Aaron Fox got some finals MVP votes. I'm curious to see what the ballots are. I think he might have got some. I genuinely think he might have got some. I think it was like there's 11 votes. Brunson might have got like 7. OG might have got like 2. And De'Aaron might have got the other 2. He might have got some votes. So, more votes than Wemby.
All righty, let's read the super chats. Then we're going to start bringing people up. First off, I want to say, make sure that you like the stream, subscribe if you are not subscribed, turn that notification bell on so you know we're live when we drop another video. I want to give a huge shout out to y'all, right, throughout the course of the season when me and Mars started this year, and it was BDL at the time. Y'all showed up, y'all supported. We transitioned. We had a little bit of a hiatus there, but we transitioned to Town Hall Hoops, and y'all have continued to show love and support. So we really appreciate y'all. And I'm telling y'all this because, we're now in the off season. The NBA season is over. So we'll reconvene and see how often we'll have these going on, moving forward. But yeah, just big shout out to all of y'all, man. Much love. We appreciate it. And now let's get to the super chats. And then, like I said, after the super chats, we're going to bring people up. Shadow with the $9.99 super chat. Are we going to have enough self-awareness of our potential hypocrisy? Is this team an all-time team or a great team with highs and lows, and more so the opposing teams choking on defense and vice versa? Are you referring to the Knicks?
Yeah, I'm assuming he's the Knicks. I mean, it gets to a point where if you're just routinely making comebacks, that's just who you are. Like, in order for a comeback to be possible, yes, the other team has to pretty much implode. But at some points, you are forcing them to implode, or you are doing things that are leading to the implosion. So you got to give the Knicks credit for that in that regard. And also, just like, is relentlessness the word? I don't know if that's the word, but some word that basically means never give perseverance. There we go, perseverance. The perseverance to never accept that you've lost the game is a skill that do I want to say you can't teach it? I don't know. I don't know if it's ever been taught. And it's a skill that their roster has from top to bottom. So you got to give.
You know what teaches perseverance?
What teaches
losing?
Perseverance?
Yeah, losing. Again, part of that experience thing. The Knicks know what it feel like to lose. The Knicks know what it feel like to be. They remember being the team up, getting walked down by Indiana last year. You know what I'm saying? Again, all of this kind of stuff goes into it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? They low-key, all this playoff run reminded me of the Pacers. I kept saying that too. They just over and over again. I want to
see those teams match up next year. That's what I want.
Yeah, next year that'll be fun. That'll be fun. That'll be great. Let's get to the next one. OG team. $5 super chat. Yeah, we in Curry combos now. Brunson has 3 MVPs in one season. Finals MVP, in-season
conference finals MVP, and in-season tournament MVP.
Hey, first one to do it. First one
two
to do
chips in
it.
a year. He won 2 chips in
Come
a year.
on now, 2 chips in a year. Hey, also now if I'm New York, I'm definitely hanging the in-season tournament championship banner. I'm dropping 2 banners on banner day. That's dope. Nobody else in history can say they've done that. 2 championship banners going up if I'm New York, personally.
The Spurs also
Everybody
lost
better
in the finals this year, by the way.
You saw what?
The Spurs have also lost in the finals twice this year.
Oh yeah, 2 finals losses. Yeah, they beat them. Facts. Everybody better than Jalen Brunson until it's time to be better than Jalen Brunson. Talk your talk, man. Facts. The Virgil 35 499 super chat. Brunson finally clears Luka's Mavs. Trading Brunson, the worst trade they ever made. He's now 1 or 2 PG in the league and top 5 in the world. I'm gonna let you get that off
They
because
didn't trade him, right? It was just free agency, right?
Yeah, it was free agency, wasn't it? And then they didn't want to re-sign him. Mark
Which I would
Cuban
argue is
said
worse, but
yeah.
But I mean, they ended up in the finals too, the Mavs. And ultimately, with Brunson on the roster, do I think the same thing probably happens against the Celtics? Probably. But now Luka's not even on the team, so that's kind of bad. But do I think he's a top 2 point guard in the league? No. Do I think he's top 5 in the world? No. But this is his night. I am about to start telling people.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
this is his night. I am about to shout out to him, man.
Facts. Better than Luka. Fuck it. Nerdy Cam 499 super chat. Need a barbecue session for Fox. They said I was tripping last game. Max player 7 points. Got carried by a rookie. Wemby ain't free, but he was trying.
Oh, he was trying, Bell. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. When Mitch Johnson said De'Aaron Fox gonna have the ball in his hands at the end, I thought he was just saying that shit. Then I see the ball in his hands at the end of the game. He shot like 2 terrible mid-range shots. Them shits barely hit the front rim. I was like, this is bad hoops. But I mean, we're gonna say his ankle weren't right. I think De'Aaron will be back next year. Whichever team that gets De'Aaron Fox, you're getting a good player. You are getting a good player. Now you're getting a player who's drastically overpaid, but you're getting a good basketball player nonetheless.
Charles Quinn 934 199 super chat. Low having a Fox meltdown. Yeah, because he's going to avoid saying anything about Victor Wembanyama. That's what's going to happen. He's going to avoid how Jalen Brunson was clearly the best player on the court. He's going to avoid how Victor Wembanyama wasn't even clearly the best player on his team tonight. He's going to avoid how, really, if you look back at the series, everybody harps on the Fox play. There are a few plays made or not made by Victor Wembanyama that changes the dynamic and the conclusion.
He also missed another free throw.
He missed another free throw late in the game as well. He shot under 50% yet again. King TJ 67 with the 499 super chat. We in the top 5 now. By the way, don't ever compare us as number 77 ever again. We in SGA talks now. Top 10 PG of all time. We finally gonna get the respect we deserve. Y'all gonna make me not like.
I love the off season, man. I love the off season.
Y'all gonna make me not like Jalen Brunson, man. And I've been pushing Jalen Brunson. Shadow with the 999 super chat. MJ is the only player non-George Mike in NBA history to score over 51% of his team's total points in a clinch NBA Finals game. JB did possibly score the most points in 4th and clutch game NBA Finals history. The grammar was a little bit all over the place on this one, but I think I got what you said.
Someone must have hand-tracked that data because they only have play-by-play going back to 97. So, yeah, that means someone's hand-tracked that or you've made that up. I don't know which one is true, but I'm gonna believe that it was hand-tracked. So, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt.
In 98, the push-off. How many points did Jordan score that game?
In the game?
Yeah.
45?
How many points did the Bulls
that man really retired with a 45-point game? He should have never came back. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That man went out so fast.
I think that's the game. Because if it started tracking, you said what, 97?
Yeah, MJ had 45 that game. Of his team's 87.
Yeah, that's the game.
But then he said non-George Mikan, but George Mikan was 40 years before that. That's why I'm confused.
Oh, whoever did the George Mikan. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I guess, but MJ had 16 in the fourth that game.
Yeah.
Salute to you, MJ, man. Salute to you. Good player.
Yeah, I'm off you, MJ, for now. Aaron Raja 8254 499 super chat. Real talk. Can you explain to Mars what Guantanamo Bay is? Because that's where Fox is serving his crime. So Guantanamo Bay is like a torture prison in the United States. Okay. 80 Fresh 7914 with the 100, whatever that is. SGA 2 MVPs, 1 final MVP plus ring. Brunson 1 final MVP ring. What does Luka have? He is just Steve Nash without the MVPs. Will retire with no accolades. Y'all do know that like
He was
first
a
team
Western
on
Conference
NBA
Finals
is
MVP, to be fair.
first team on
Yeah,
NBA.
he does have what, 5 first teams, 6 first teams?
6. Yeah, get respect that.
It's a lot of first teams.
Yeah. Subcut 2100 to 199 super chat. Sacra Blue. Do you know what this means?
Sacre Bleu. It's a French. Sacred Blues is French. That's it. It's just French.
Sacre Bleu.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Sacred
Do you know what it means?
Sacred Blues. That's what it means. Sacred Blues. It's just. Oh no. I don't know. Sacre Bleu. There you go. Sacre Bleu. Yeah.
Charles Quinn 934 109 super chat. Has any best in the world not been a self creator?
Or Russell.
Bill Russell.
There's Bill Russell for sure. So you got Bill Russell, then you got Wilt, Jerry West, whatever. They both could self-create. Kareem could obviously self-create. If you ever think Dr. J was the best in the world, he could self-create. Magic could self-create, contrary to Real Talk's beliefs.
I didn't say he couldn't. I just says very limited.
Magic and Bird are probably the most limited self-creators who have been the best in the world. Because like you could still give the ball to Shaq, Duncan.
Giannis.
If you think KG was ever the best in the world, maybe him. MJ obviously not. Steph, no. Kobe, hell no. Yeah, it would be Magic or Bird, I'd assume.
So Magic.
People are saying Shaq, and I'm just gonna say you've lost your mind, but no,
yeah. Shaq is hilarious. Hunter King 3200 to 499 super chat. New York Knicks, your NBA champions, Jalen Brunson, New York legend. I've never been so happy. Shout out to you. Shout out
he
to
ain't
you,
even
Hunter.
watched the comeback. You don't get to be.
Yeah, bye. We're not hating.
He
We're not hating on Hunter.
Where's Jonathan
today.
Fraser said Knicks in 6? He said they was gonna lose this game. Where's Jonathan Fraser? I ain't forget these fake Knicks fans.
You're not getting no hate off today.
I'm not hating on the Knicks. I'm hating on these fake fans now celebrating. That's what I'm hating on. They ain't even watched the comeback. Now they out here happy. They talking about they were gonna lose this game. Now they're gonna be here happy. Man, hell no. You ain't believe in your team. You don't get to celebrate. Go be upset. Go cry in your room. That's what you get to do.
You get to celebrate, everybody. Don't even listen to that. The People's 23 499 super chat. Y'all best in the world went 7 for 19 in elimination, 1 for 6 from 3. Got walked down in every game, 7-5. Missing bunnies at the rim. Freaking bum. Got a home halfback. PG hate
at point guard. So he's talking about Steph Castle.
Hey, watch was great. Okay, gotcha. You in fact do have a halfback at point guard.
I don't remember
too many of them.
He missed. I actually don't remember. You might be right.
Me either, but
yeah, he lost. Is what it is.
Exactly. DZ the Great FN members chat. Member for 2 months. Safe to say Brunson Nash. You're absolutely correct, DZ the Great.
Oh, you're back on this again? What?
Safe to say. It is safe to say. I went back in the house because shit got a little rocky there for a little bit, but we back outside and we're pushing that again. I said he had to perform, and dagnammit did that little nigga go out there and get the balling on niggas. Last game, second half, is definitely getting slept on. Like I said in the tweet, after I went back and rewatched that second half, Jalen Brunson put on an offensive clinic, and then he came back, elimination game, game 5 on the road, no other teammate showing up offensively, score half the points, and clinch the championship. That nigga better than that little nigga that used to, I'm dribbling on the baseline on the basket. Here, Amari. No, nigga, stop. We better than him. Stop. We're better. Facts. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you for the member stat. Fuliomo, $4.99. Don't waste any time next year. Start Dylan Harper. I think we all agree on that. Trent, 8083, $1.99 super chat. I know Fox is getting blamed, but Wemby was mid in my opinion. Hey, man, you're speaking like too logically, okay? People don't want to use logic right now.
I think you can say Wemby was mid this series. I think you can say that. He had a mid series.
That won't be brought up, though. That won't be the highlight. It'll be, this little guy, he makes $60 million, as if he signed his goddamn self to the contract, okay? Somebody had to offer it to him for him to sign it, all right?
I mean, yeah, but when he got offered it was criminal, but at the end of the day,
whose fault is that?
Yeah, exactly. If PC are like, hey, Mars, you want 50 million? You think I'm gonna be like, you know what? I actually don't think I provide 50 million of value. So like, I'm just gonna be like, let me be nice and say, no, hell no.
Exactly.
You guys gonna go into debt. I'm gonna get paid. Shit. Ain't my concern. But you know, shout out to Fox. Neapolitan ice cream.
Okay. Neapolitan ice cream, $4.99 super chat. If next season turns out identical to this season, with Brunson versus SGA and an all-time list be arguable?
People argue what they want to argue.
Yeah, we out of Nash talks. We out of them. We on the big and better things. We out of Nash talks. Steve Nash. Hilarious. James Cool. 1347. Shout out to James, the $9.99 super chat. Brunson is like that. That's one of the best finals closeout games I've ever seen. That is a fact.
Yeah, I think it's the second best one this decade. Yeah.
Yep, after Giannis. Fuliomo, $1.99 super chat. Also, he may not be top 5, but Brunson over Tatum.
That's more of a question for you, I guess.
No, you're not better than Tatum. You're not better than Tatum. And so, yes, that also means I think Jason Tatum is better than Steve Nash. For anybody that's asking that question. Yeah. At that point, he's just a better basketball player than Steve. 45.78, $5 Canadian. This Fox Masterclass made me realize there isn't a single point guard whose game is based off of athleticism in the history of the NBA with the brain. Derrick Rose?
I was gonna say Derrick Rose, but then I was wondering if people are gonna say he was stupid for the way he landed. So I didn't know if I was gonna be able to get that one off.
Damn, the fact that we're having to think this hard.
Trying to think of point guards who are based, because obviously Russ was the name. I was like, you can't get that one off. Demetrius makes his fair share of bad decisions.
Jerry West?
I was gonna say Jerry West, but I didn't know if you could say his game was based off athleticism.
Yeah. He just athletic. Jason Kidd?
Jason Kidd was a really good athlete. And his game was based on pushing the pace, speed. And Jason Kidd, one of the smartest players I ever seen. So yeah, for the sake of the conversation, we're gonna say J Kidd. We're gonna say J Kidd.
The fact that we had to think that hard, though, maybe if you're athletic, you are just a dumbass.
I mean, yeah, because it gets about so many situations, you don't have to really think.
Yeah. True. OG team with the $5 super chat. Brunson closeout final series is better than Giannis, by the way, Mars, versus the best in the world, GOAT defender Wemby. Giannis out there battling Aiden. I mean, if you want to put it into context, this was what the best relative defense ever with Wemby on the court and yada yada yada. I mean, I get what you're saying, OG team. I get it.
You guys played a better team. It was also 45 of your teams, 95 or whatever. Giannis had
Yeah.
like 50 of like 115 or something. I actually
Mhm.
don't remember how much they scored. 106 maybe. So in that regard, I guess in terms of just who I 105, in terms of who I just think played better, it was still Giannis. I mean, yeah, it was Giannis, but it's Brunson's day. I'm not about to take anything away from him.
Exactly. Nothing but positive things said about Jalen Brunson today. DZ the Great FN with the 199. All jokes aside, I hope Fox mental solid for real. Yeah, that nigga's finna have to just log out of everything and turn that goddamn phone off. Or just buy a new one to where only the people important in his life got access to it. Cause it's finna be rough out here, nigga. You finna be getting called everything but a child of God in these next couple of months, Fox. May the Lord be with you. Teddy Hart, 2913 with the $2 super chat. Somebody do a wellness check on Dante.
Trenzo.
Oh, he is the one Villanova boy that don't get to. Well, he's living vicariously through his teammates, and he was on the Knicks too. Just like
yeah, he was on the Knicks. He went over to. I mean, he was in the cat trade. So I mean, it's not really up to him at that point. There's not much he can do.
That's tough.
I actually think Dante would be really good on this team too.
He would too. They probably would have said he would have been like the chairman, basically.
Yeah, he would have been a bad chairman. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nerdy came with the 499. I know it's early, but where do y'all rank this Knicks run out of the current decade? The run in the 2020s.
Yeah, only the teams that won.
You're not asking us to rank like the team, the run. I hope.
Yeah, the run.
2020
every run was kind of mid for him. I ain't gonna lie. 2020. So 2020 was, if I remember correctly, Portland, Houston, Denver, Miami, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole lot of mids. I'm gonna be honest. That's a whole lot of mids.
Hey,
21 was injury central. 21 was injury central.
Mm-hmm.
It was Brooklyn. I mean, it was first round Miami, then Brooklyn, Atlanta. Jesus, mids. 22 more injuries. Denver have no one on the roster. Demetrius gets hurt. Luka out there by himself. Boston.
They didn't get an impressive win until Boston. I mean,
yeah, but Boston was a good win. So right now, 22 is probably in first, just off virtue of Boston, because Miami and Phoenix. And then 23 was obviously the play-in run, but I don't put as much stock into the play-in stuff as other people. Minnesota, they were dealing with injuries. Was it Jaden McDaniels and someone else missed that series?
I want to say Nas Reed. I want to say
they were dealing with injuries.
Yeah, they were dealing with injuries. The Lakers were dealing with injuries as well. Just by the way, we weren't.
Chris Paul goes down in 23, but that was a good series win. The Lakers, good sweep. That was a good sweep, and then the Heat. I mean, shout out to the Heat for getting there, but
they were dealing with Jimmy Butler was hurt.
Yeah, we knew what that was. 24. Everyone in the Knicks face was healthy. Like Joel Embiid went out there with one appendix, but and then last year, 24 Boston was Miami.
Joel Embiid being hurt though,
yeah, but you don't get to say everyone. You don't get. Unfortunately, you played the team where you knew they weren't gonna be healthy. 24 was Miami mid. Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell gets hurt. Indiana, Halliburton gets hurt. And then the finals, Dallas. I mean, shout out to you for beating Dallas. We all knew how that was going to go, but shout out to you for beating Dallas. That might be second for real. And then last year's OKC, I mean, the other team's best player got hurt in Game 7 of the finals. And then Denver were also decimated with injuries when you played them. The Knicks might be like second for him. I would still have the Warriors first, but they might be second. Because respectfully, Atlanta, Cleveland, and Philly is I don't know how much more of a cakewalk you can get from them, but you did decimate them. So, you get your credit for wiping the floor with them, but it was kind of.
I mean, yeah, because they beaten people like historically.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
They
historic
decimated the
difference,
teams
you
they
know
were
what I'm
meant to
saying?
decimate. So they, yeah,
I may have it
I
at
don't know.
number
Yeah, I'm
one
gonna be
right
honest.
now.
I don't know. I don't know. They just won. Let's put them first. They just won. Let's put them
Yeah,
first. Why not?
facts.
Yeah, they just won. Shout out to them.
Exactly. Trent, 83 with the 199. Do y'all think Fox for Bam sounds good? Why would Miami do that? Just why would Miami do that? Sure, it
Yeah,
sounds
well,
good, but Miami's not doing that. Switchblade underscore 98 with the $5 super chat. Spurs played the wrong backup big man against the Knicks team. Cornette clearly was not look suitable. Should have played Plumlee instead. We're getting Plumlee should have played. Okay. Yeah, that means you niggas is just gonna lose. Okay. If the thought ever clicked in your mind, if you were watching this as a Spurs fan and the idea to win was, oh my God, we need to play Mason Plumlee. You should have knew you were going to lose the series then. Whatever game that was, you reached that conclusion, you should have known. CLA with the $2 super chat. Walk in your trap and take over your trap. Facts. That's what they did. They walked in. That's what they did all playoffs. Walked in the people's trap and took over it,
they ain't play a
including
road
the
game the
fans.
whole time. They ain't play a road game the whole time.
Yeah, including the fans. Exactly. Tune with the $9.99 super chat. Shout out to Tune. I know a lot of Braun fans that jumped on the Wemby train just have another GOAT. That's not clutch and can't make his free throws when it matters. I'm glad a Kobe disciple did it to him. Hashtag being better.
Brunson, a Kobe disciple now?
Yep. DSG Piccolo, the $5 super chat. For all the learnings out there, that Brunson 45 ball was for you. The NBA and Wemby dirty play couldn't stop the Knicks. They about to burn New York down. Yes, shout out to whoever's living in New York.
Yeah, I've already booked
Prayed
my
for your
flights. They're kind of
safety.
expensive, but we will be there for the parade. We will be there.
And last super chat before we get to the people. Brunson better with the 5 pounds. Now I gotta get on to chat to you guys a lot. I need to get off. All righty. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna start with some Knicks fans. I see y'all in the back.
We
I
need
see
the
you
real
Knicks
Knicks
niggas in
fans,
the
not
back.
yeah,
Yeah,
not
the
the
real
Jonathan
Knicks fans.
Fraser, Hunter. Yeah,
Yeah.
real Knicks fans. There we go. Real Knicks fans.
Hold on. First off, where that lame
About to
ass
give us
nigga
another verse? Is that what he's
Jonathan
gonna do?
Frazier at talking about trade Josh Hart and talking about Celtics moves? I'd have slapped you, boy, and I hope you rewatch this. I hope you in the chat somewhere. You're goofy. Right? Now let's just get it out the way. All the Knicks fans that's like Jonathan Frazier, just lead the stage, man. We don't want to hear from y'all. Right? Now I want to agree with y'all on something that y'all said. De'Aaron Fox is a great player. And I hope whoever the Knicks match up with next year in the playoffs got De'Aaron Fox on their team too. I love De'Aaron Fox. You're right, Real Talker. You're right. He's a great basketball player. I love that man. He's great. I hope he played 48 minutes. But whoever play the Knicks next year, I agree with y'all. And I hope whoever is in these positions of power in these NBA teams think just like y'all. He's a great basketball player. Everybody, every Knicks fan, we gotta make sure the league know he's fantastic. We need more of him. Just give a bunch of running backs the ball. They can't think. We love it. He's washed. I love it. Oh my gosh. This is my life. Magic Johnson, Steph Curry, Jalen Brunson. Right there. He right there. And if you think otherwise, you might not know the sport of basketball because you're looking at graphs and stats, but you're not looking at the heart. The heart is all that matters at the end of the day. When that ball on the ground, it don't matter that you shoot 43% from three. It matters if you go get that damn ball. And that's what Jalen Brunson gonna do. He gonna go get the ball, bump you, and grip for that three-pointer. That's what Jalen Brunson gonna do. What's Steph Curry gonna do? Behind the back pass in game 7 to turn the ball over. That's what Steph Curry gonna do. You know what Michael Jordan gonna do? He gonna retire because he's scared of Hakeem. You know what Bron gonna do? He gonna get locked up by JJ Barea. You know what Bill Russell gonna do? He gonna throw the ball off the stanchion. You know what Will Chamberlain gonna do? He gonna fuck 20,000 hoes. But Jalen Brunson, he ain't worried about hoes. Jalen Brunson worried about winning. And that's all that matters. He had killed my mama to win, and I respect him for it. And I let him do it, and I help him. Because that's my captain. I don't got nothing else.
I tried to kick him when he tried to slander Bill Russell, but I didn't have the controls. So.
Yeah. I had my mouse over the remove button. I was waiting on the Kobe and did something, but he didn't do it. So hey, what's up, man?
Oh, our friend Damani.
Yo, what is up? What is up? We are back. It's an amazing night. We wake up, and I wake up, and New York Knicks is officially NBA champions, man. The city.
Wake up.
Oh wait, no, I meant I referenced.
Yo, Roto.
No.
I watched the game. I was not asleep. I did watch the entire game. I didn't miss a single minute. But the city's crazy. I just seen the video of dudes just destroying police cars. It's loud outside. I'm hearing fireworks. It's crazy outside right now. It's an amazing feeling. I don't know. It's crazy to see that when a team goes down by 10, that you have no fear that this team could come back and win the game. It's actually it's just a crazy phenomenon that like you just gotta watch from the Knicks. It's so crazy. I don't know how a team could just go up by 10 and you just have no faith in them keeping the lead. Like that's so I've never like felt that. And like I'd hate to be a Spurs fan right now. That you could have like there's a chance he could have really won this championship. But analytically, they're 4-1. But real life, this is who's 4-1 right now. 4-1 right now.
Yes, sir. Talk that talk. Talk that talk. Because there have been multiple people on the panel continually saying, I mean, really, the series really is, it's really over, though. That's what it really is. It's really over.
I wonder if Pensar Basketball said that the Spurs were going to win this game when they went up double digits.
He probably did.
Yeah, let's see.
I heard all the nonsense that was happening on Players' Choice these last 2 days, bro. Saying that they gonna win 3 straight. How do you watch a team blow a 29-point lead and have belief in them to win a series? I just don't understand it.
Facts. Can't have a meltdown like that. And then still have faith. They don't even have faith in themselves anymore. That's what happened. The Knicks snatched San Antonio's heart in Game 4. This shit was over.
Yeah,
this shit been over.
That was the worst.
As soon as that happened, it was over.
That was the worst first quarter I've seen from the Knicks. That was their worst first quarter of the season, I think, personally. Just to still come back and win is a very, like, 1990s, 2000s game-esque. So this is great for the people who really like defense or bad offense, I guess. But I just think that, Brunson, obviously, there's nothing to say about him. He's the greatest nigga of all time. He immortalized our city. Cat, he could just flex that ring on Jimmy Butler. I just hate Jimmy Butler. So I love that Cat and Wiggins got a ring before he did. OG 2 rings. We even got bums rings like Jordan Clarkson. Who else?
Hey, Jordan Clarkson had that good game.
That's a cool good game 4. Good
game 3. Was it game 2?
Game 3. It's fine. I just don't like Jordan Clarkson. He's
a champion now, so
that's true. It's okay though. I think
Bron couldn't win a chip with Jordan Clarkson.
That's true. It doesn't matter. I want to thank Malcolm Brogdon. This is an honorary ring for you. I want to thank.
Oh my God, he did retire.
I want to thank Gershon Yabusele for getting us Jose Alvarado. He gets a ring off just the fact he was on the team this season. Who else? I don't remember who else is. I don't think anybody else is on this team that I remember. But man, what a win! This is an amazing night. I don't even know what to say about the game. I just think that I thought the Spurs were going to win because I just thought that their defense is really good to start the game. I thought that their offense was very clicking outside of Fox and Castle. I think that Castle hasn't gotten enough flack for how bad he was today. Like I think he was like 1 of 9 or something like that.
And he was 1 for 10, but his 1 was the tip dunk at the end.
Yeah, like he was terrible on defense too. I don't think he played that good at defense today personally. Dylan Harper, great game from him, 25 points as a rookie. I don't know. De'Aaron Fox, oh my, I don't know why. I thought Mitch Johnson was gonna be like, I thought he was gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna say De'Aaron Fox gets the ball at the end of the game as a decoy, and I'll watch De'Aaron Fox actually get the ball at the end of the game. And I want to thank Mitch Johnson for that, because that just gave this up the chances of the Knicks winning. I'm thankful that De'Aaron Fox played for us.
Yo, you know Dylan Harper had like a few possessions at the end.
I know he was. I know he missed like an easy
He
layup.
got given one broken possession in which he shot a mid-range jumper. He missed.
Oh, brother.
No, I remember the possessions. He pushed the ball in transition and missed. He should have made that layup, by the way. And then he made a turnaround mid-range jumper. I think that was to put them back up one. I think. Was there another possession that happened? I think those were the only three. Yeah,
he missed a three.
Yeah, it was a wide open.
He missed a three.
Yeah,
it was wide open.
It was open.
Oh yeah, he missed a three. He missed a three. He missed a three.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Those were the possessions. Yeah, those are the possessions I remember. There might have been more, but those are the ones I remember.
It was a bad quarter from the whole.
He missed the second free throw on purpose, but he definitely missed the first one.
Yeah,
So
he definitely missed the first one as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yo, 3 Knicks in a row missing one free throw scared the hell out of me. 3 of them missing.
Yeah, y'all was up there trolling. I was like, hey, man.
The Knicks were low-key trying to give the game away. The Spurs just weren't good enough to take the game back.
Which is crazy because the offense for the Knicks was like trash. Oh, like it was so bad until that, like I think midway through the third, when I think it was either Josh Hart or Mikal. They just started making shots, and then that's when the game started flowing. Then Brunson just
Josh Hart made a pull-up three.
Yeah, that was fake. But he still got that ring. He do whatever for that ring. City of Champions. Josh Hart. They can't talk crazy about Josh. They could still talk crazy, but just put the ring up. There's a lot of agendas I'm ready to push this summer for a lot of people. Especially Cat. I think even though he was horrible this game, I just love that Cat was able to get this ring, because they was talking crazy on him for 10 years. 10 years of just
Karl Anthony Towns is an NBA champion.
Nobody thought they was
the whole Timberwolves team that Jimmy Butler was on is NBA champions, except him.
Exactly.
He the only one out there. Crazy world we live in.
Young man. I'm really happy for Cat. Really happy for Brunson. Really happy for Mike Brown. Because like Mars said, this just solidifies any questioning of that guy, man. All-time great coach. All-time great coach.
How many
and
rings?
He's one of the 3 best coaches in the league right now, if not the best.
He up there, I'd assume. Yeah, he up there. Damn near everyone on that 18 Wolves team who played like 20 minutes is an NBA champion. Wiggins, NBA champion. Cat, NBA champion. Nemanja Bjelica, NBA champion. Jeff Teague, NBA champion. The only ones who aren't are Taj Gibson, Jimmy, and Jamal Crawford. They're the only ones. Everyone else who played 20 minutes on that team, NBA champions. So, good work, Timberwolves. You create champs.
Absolutely. Well, Damani, we're going to let you go ahead and celebrate. I know you probably got some things you need to get lined up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Thursday.
It's going to be
line up that flight for Thursday. That's when the parade is happening.
It's Thursday?
I'm out there on Tuesday for a week. I'm going to be there. No worry.
All right. Thursday's the parade. I can't believe this.
Oh, yeah. I think aren't the privileged ones aren't y'all going to New York or something?
Oh no, PC's going to New York next month. I have not been extended an invite, but that's fine. I am going to New York for the parade. I will be there on Tuesday. So if anyone wants to have a Mars link up, I will be there on Tuesday, and I will be back home next
Why
Tuesday.
do I feel like you're serious?
Law of Mars. I told people the Knicks were the first team I rooted for in the NBA. My day ones know the Knicks were my team. I just decided to stop. I then became a hoe. But the Knicks were my first team. So hell yeah, I'm gonna be there. What are you talking about? I'm gonna be there. So Tuesday to Tuesday. We locked in.
All right, but you guys have a great night. I'm thankful that I'm able to get up here, and Knicks, champions until the next season starts.
Well,
Back-to-back
actually,
champs, don't worry.
somebody else wins the championship. You're the champion. Actually.
That's true, but I don't know. This is that mentality of just new season, like yelling out the champions anymore. So, I mean, we got to defend it. I don't know. I'm not used to winning. I'm not used to winning. It's not a feeling that you feel in New York that much.
That's such a sad sentence, but I'm happy for y'all.
Sure, y'all have a good night.
Very happy for y'all. You too, Damani. You too.
Thank you.
Man, the Knicks won the title. Who else we got back here? Who we got? What's up with it?
It's time for that Wemby hate speech.
Wemby hater. Yeah, Wemby hater.
It's
Okay.
time for the Wemby hate speech, man. First of all, I appreciate y'all guys for having me again. Y'all like the stream and everything. All right, Wemby FC, man. Wemby FC, please show yourselves. If you Wemby FC, drop an alien in the chat or something, because this is for you, man. Victor Wembanyama, sir. And real talk, you said last time I Stephen A'd it, so I'm not gonna Stephen A it this time. And somebody in the chat said I look like Stephen A, so that shit crazy. Anyways, all right, Wemby, sir, the French baguette boy. Today, I gotta give it to Wemby, man. He might be one of the greatest greatest first quarter players I've ever seen, man. Like if the game was only 12 minutes long, Wemby might be the greatest. He'd be the GOAT. He'd be best. He wouldn't even need best in the world combos. He'd be the GOAT. The Spurs would be 82-0, right? But here's the problem, man. The game is 48 minutes. And Wemby can only play really 29 minutes, right? He really can only play 29 minutes. Everybody knew coming into the playoffs, oh, Wemby's rested for the playoffs. Wemby, he ain't played barely 30 minutes a game. Yeah. When you got to play 40 minutes a game in crunch time, you can see in the fourth quarter, he can barely get up and down the court. He jacking up threes. He's got to be. I gotta find the crunch time numbers, but in the clutch, he's got to have one of the worst finals a top, or I guess you could say top 5 player has had. I don't know what those stats look like yet, but
you question the top 5 players. He's still in your top 5?
I'm not delusional. I still say he's top 5. I mean, impact wise, I mean he's still that motherfucker.
You don't have to. We don't have to impact it. Impact wise,
Wemby averaged 2.5 points per game in the clutch on 33% shooting and 0% from 3, while shooting 63% from the line.
Thank you. 63% from the line. The guy who sits there at the free throw line and says, takes that deep breath.
De'Aaron averaged 1 point a game on 22%.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna get to De'Aaron.
For the people who
ask you.
Someone said no way it's worse than De'Aaron. I had to make sure. It's not worse than De'Aaron. It is not.
Mars, don't worry. I got something for you. I got a crazy stat that you gonna want to hear for De'Aaron Fox. I don't know if you probably noticed it already, but I got you. But Wemby, sir, you weren't ready this year. Maybe next year at Wemby FC, maybe you guys will be back, man. Because we know, I mean, shit. I'm so glad the Knicks won tonight because I didn't want to have to go through seeing everybody on Twitter waiting for the NBA to suspend Wemby when we knew damn well they wasn't going to do that. What else? Damn, we had to deal with De'Aaron Fox slander, even if they pulled it out when Wemby didn't show up. Dylan Harper put the team on his back, so didn't want to have to deal with that. And then, man, it's embarrassing, man, that I wouldn't say it's embarrassing. It's basketball, man. But Victor, you were crying, man. You were crying like you had the Larry when you beat OKC with no AJ and no J-Dub. When they over there playing,
that was his championship.
That was his championship.
That was his championship.
What did he say in the press conference yesterday? He said, "Oh, everybody knows we're coming back down 3-1 for sure." Everybody, he's still oil farming, bro. He's trying his hardest to keep it going. But the gimmick is done. I'm glad we get a break from the gimmicks. And it's man. I'm just happy to see. I'm in your head, man. He's headed to his bed. That's where he's headed, man. And he didn't shake no hands. You did all that. Least you could do is walk out there, man. Hey, congratulations, Knicks. You guys beat us. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? He ain't go out there. I don't know. I'm gonna just leave it at that. What y'all think, man? I don't know.
You care that he didn't shake people's hands?
I don't necessarily.
Or you just getting the hate stuff off? Like, I ain't judging. I'm just wondering.
It is the hate, but still, if you think about all the trash talkers we've seen, typically, I mean, they still go out there and shake hands. I mean, I don't know. It don't bother me necessarily, but I'd say it's part of the hate speech. It don't matter. Fuck it.
Yeah, I've never really like if I win and someone doesn't shake my hand, I'm not like, how could you not shake my hand? And if I lose, I don't care to shake someone's hand. Like, you won. Why are you worried about my handshake for? But I mean, he did, obviously try to pretty much everything he said in this series kind of backfired. Pretty
literally.
Much.
Maybe
so that's
shut the hell up.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Literally.
We'll see what that means for him in the future, and if he talks as much as he did this year or this series in the future, we'll see if he's more humble or whatever. But yeah, it's tough when you say a whole lot of stuff and you don't back up any of it. Like quite literally. That's a tough spot to be in. I know.
You see, Jaden McDaniels called out everybody on Denver. Said, you a bad defender, you a bad defender, he a bad defender. And he went out, closed the game with 30 and 10 with no ant.
Yeah, he got that shit off. Exactly. Yeah. When you say shit like that and it pays off, you look like a demon. You say shit like that and you then underperform. That's bad for the PR.
You blow a 29-point lead. You blow a 29-point lead.
They did blow a 29.
That is insane.
It's a lot of points to blow, by the way. 29.
And you know what Wemby said after the game? He said, let me pull up the quote. He said, we had very little margin for error and we just fucked up in the clutch. Brother, they had hella margin for error. You had 29 points. And they fucked it all up. So,
they have a big margin for error in that regard. Yeah,
every game. What was it, 16 points this game?
Yeah, this game was 16. It's crazy. Like, show of hands. When the Spurs went up double digits again, how many of you guys thought they were going to close this game out?
Oh yeah, we already knew that now.
Okay, we were all on the same page that this shit was not going to go the way they thought.
It's literally
salute to them.
As a fan, you watching, you like you. I got my wife watching it with me. I'm telling her, she's like, didn't they just blow a 30-point lead last game? I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, well, they up 15 this time, so they should finish it out this time, right? I like, nah, just wait. It's coming. It's coming. So.
And sure enough.
Real talk, I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all knew this stat. Fox, in the fourth quarter, did not record, in 9 minutes, did not record a single stat besides a personal foul. No stats.
Play that defense, De'Aaron. Good shit.
No stats, no points, no rebounds, no assists, no blocks, nothing.
No turnovers though, right?
No turnovers. That's fair. Hey, that's fair. That's fair.
Come on. Yeah, look in.
So, hey, can't knock him for that. So,
Abadil, Spurs, you get your real veteran point guard in Fred VanVleet. Okay, you get your real point guard. We'll even throw in I was going to say Steven Adams. I lied. We'll throw in a Atari.
You want him in Houston?
Yeah, I was going to say
sign and trade. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I think he'll be great in Houston. He'll be fantastic. He'll be at home. He'll be back at home. He's going to thrive.
De'Aaron from Houston.
De'Aaron in the fourth quarter in this series averaged 3 points per game on 26% shooting.
Not too far from his counterpart Wemby. So hey, give him some slack, man.
He actually averaged 8 points a game in the fourth. It was on 34% shooting though, so we're leaving with something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, shot checking. We don't move shot checking. But salute to De'Aaron, man. It was a bad showing for him. It just was. It
was a bad playoff run. It is what it is. This is his second playoff run. He's going to bounce back, and hopefully next time we're healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And when we're healthy,
see, it would have been better for De'Aaron start. He just never came back from the ankle injury, rested
Low
up.
key for real. I
And
ain't
then he
gonna
came off.
lie.
And if Aaron was there, they could have won. That's all he got to do. He got to take from the other players who know to not play when they're hurt in the playoffs. That's what Embiid needs to do as well. Just don't play when you're hurt in the playoffs, so that your PR can just push you and be like, every time your team loses and you're hurt, now they can be like, if you was healthy though, you would have put up 68 points a game and would have won. But you don't get to do that. That's how Giannis FC are thriving right now, and that's how Luka FC are thriving right now, because their guys ain't playing
Luka
the playoffs.
FC is up.
So
Well, Luka FC did
what they would have done hypothetically. Like, even if we saw Luka get boxed by OKC all year long, now in this hypothetical, Luka would have actually fried OKC, and he would have showed he's better than Shea in this.
That's
series,
not true.
because he actually didn't play. So that's what
not true.
We said
we would have fried Houston, which we saw him do. That's what we were saying, not the OKC thing. So if you're going to talk about Luka,
for Luka FC,
I am. Get your facts straight. Get your facts straight. We would have cooked Houston, and then we probably would have averaged league average 28 against OKC. Okay, that's what would happen.
There wasn't even evidence of that.
That's what would happen. 2024.
We're talk.
That was not league average.
Luka. So, as a Luka stan, how do you actually feel that Brunson just left Luka and took his team to the championship and won it? And there's always the conversation around Luka and players like Luka Brunson, who are terrible on defense, that you normally can't win if your number one player is a cone on defense. How does that make you feel that Jalen Brunson just did it before Luka?
You're trying to sow seeds of
Luka was league average in 24 against OKC. My fault.
Respect us.
It weren't 28, but it was negative 0.1. I'm gonna give you league average.
You're not gonna sow seeds of division today, okay? I'm all for what you call Jalen Brunson. I'm all for Luka Doncic. Okay, we're not gonna do that right now. All right. Now, who we have next? Mr. Donovan. How you doing?
Fan? Is this our Spurs fan?
This is the Spurs fan.
I tried to wear some gold Lionel Messi gear today for my guy Wemby, but give him some inspiration. But that shit did not work. Yeah, man, it's over. The whole season. Like, we started October, bro. It's like it's June and it's over just like that. You know what I mean? So I think for San Antonio, like the way we usually do things, I actually don't think Fox goes, bro. Like, I actually don't think we move him. That's the problem. But especially now, like, who do we get for him? The way he just played. And I think at this point, whoever he goes for doesn't make us better than what we were this year. Like, in all reality. So, and yeah, man, I just think also tonight proved I don't think Dylan Harper is also ready to lead. I mean, no one on this team was ready for the moment when it all comes down to it. So yeah, I don't know. It's just weird, man. Just being a Spurs fan, so much success as a kid, growing up, and then just like I said, the young team is what it is. I think we'll be back. I don't know. I just think all the teams are going to gear up for what San Antonio was this year, and it'll be even harder than it was. Yeah. Spurs in 8.
I think y'all don't have much to really worry about. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't have much to really worry about. You have a great foundation. You know what I'm saying? The 3 young players are going to be better next year. All things considered, y'all are fine. You got to the finals when you shouldn't have. I mean, y'all are ahead of schedule.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. It's tough, man. Like I said, I think we caught a break with OKC for sure. Those guys being hurt. But yeah, I hope Wemby really. I don't know. He went to the Monks last year. I don't know what he does this offseason. Shit.
Yeah, he'll have to plan out what all of his public antics and performative acts will be this offseason.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's yeah. Like I said, I'm usually the optimistic guy. Like I said, as a former player myself, so I mean, it is. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I have my hopes, but I do know how the NBA works, and we could not see. Wemby couldn't. We might not see Wemby in the finals again for another 5 to 7 years, and we just never know. So,
It might be never.
right, that's what I'm saying. It could be one of those things. He's one and done, but if I'm San Antonio, man, I'm like I said, if I'm going for a trade that makes us better. If we got to give up multiple pieces, you got to do it. Like if we got to go get a Giannis, we got to do that. You know what I mean? But I also think we need a consistent wing guy to help with Wemby. Just a guy you can put the ball in his hands at the end of the game and he can kind of do his thing. If you want to run a screen and roll, just a bigger guy that can hit consistent jump shots. So, but it's just like who is it at this point?
I was gonna ask, would you look at getting Zion Williamson? But then you said jump shots, so obviously that didn't work. But
we saw the problem. We tried all those guys on this team trying to force their way to the basket. Those late in the games, they're not really calling fouls like that. So you gotta have another way, somebody that can stretch your defense. Like I feel like obviously the way Brunson played, he's on the Spurs. We win the series just because of how he can open the floor. You know what I mean? Just somebody. We need a floor spacer at the point guard. Like we just said, we got a bunch of slashers. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. A guy that can extend defense that way. You got to respect it. The Knicks were going under a lot of the screens all series. You know what I mean? Is hard. And then the way they were guarding Wemby with the chucks and through the lane. Yeah, you can just tell the story. They lost confidence, bro. Like I said after Game 4, as a fan, you just like I hope they win the next one, but there's no way they were winning today after what they did in Game 4. So, yeah, I don't know, Mero.
Would y'all be willing to give up Devin Vassell?
I think anyone but Harper and Wemby. I think anyone.
That's where I stand, by the way.
You have to maximize, like I said, because we don't know how long Wemby's his career will be. We just never know. Those guys usually don't, that height, just that build, they usually don't have long careers. We've seen it. So you got to maximize what you can do with that right now. But like I said,
how much money Vassell and Champagnie making?
I think Vassell's around 30. If I had to guess,
did get extended. Yeah, Vassell
got
I don't know if it's that much. Like, it might be like 25, 27, something like that.
Yeah, he's around
for some real money though.
And
Devin Vassell's 27 next year, but what kind of contract is this? So 27 next year, then 24.6, and then back up to 27. Cool, I guess.
Okay.
So yeah, 27 next year, and then you said Champagnie. Champagnie ain't making no money. He got a $3 million team option next year. But Keldon's making 17.5. Shit, he
beat it.
Go. Yeah,
beat
he
it
go, for sure.
Yeah, like I said, Keldon, I think we can get something for him. I mean, I think he can go to another team and do well as a starter. I don't know. You trade him to a team that's at the bottom, but it's just like I said, it's just
Vassell, Harrison Barnes, Champagnie, some draft picks.
Well, Harrison Barnes is off the books this year. He's
making
maybe something
he's making
25 trade to
Harrison
match some
Barnes
money
making 19. Yeah, he's making 19.
Yeah, maybe match some money or something. But Vassell, Harrison Barnes, Champagnie, some draft capital. We'll give you KD.
Kevin Durant.
We'll give you KD.
That would be
how many picks?
Gonna have Tyrese and Jabari, Amen Shengun. Oh man,
Amen Shengun, and give the Rockets a bit of a reset. It's time to reset.
I think,
okay, give us some draft capital. Give us some young players.
Green, if that's the case,
I've been trying to say I would not mind Bron going. That would help. I don't know.
I think Bron would help you guys. I think Bron would help you guys.
Bron would be perfect. just like I said, that 4-man. Obviously he played a 4 for us, point forward, whatever you want to say. But just another guy that can. At this stage of his career, obviously he's not as mobile. He's not as good as he was on defense that he's always been. But with Wemby there and the other guys on the perimeter, I think that would be perfect. But Brown wants a max, so I don't really know what the deal is with that. But I looked at Franz. I like him a lot. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think Orlando needs a point guard. If I'm wrong,
You trying to give them De'Aaron Fox for Franz?
I mean, listen. I think, as I said, no one.
Or we can do the Fred VanVleet thing. You want a real veteran point guard? Fred VanVleet.
No.
And we'll give you Fred and
Jalen. By the way, Jalen Brunson is not an exception. These 6-foot point guards, it don't work. Becky Hammond was right, just not about Brunson.
I know she was wrong because she was talking about Brunson. We're not going to do
That's
that.
what I said, and people were looking at me like I was
wrong because
crazy,
she was
man.
talking about Brunson. So no, she was wrong. Salute to her though, all-time great basketball mind, basketball.
Hey, I wouldn't mind her over Mitch Johnson, man. You know, no, I'm kidding. I like Mitch. It's just he folded in the biggest moment. You could just tell. Like I said, a lot of the stuff you see during the regular season, telling the guys to run all the time, that's not gonna. With the Knicks defense set, they got a lot of athletic guys. Those guys, I mean, they deserved it, man. They deserved it. Got to tip your cap to the better team. The fact that we led for whatever 70% of the finals and still lost in 5 games is like just how, like, bro. But yeah, we got a long off season. At least there's a World Cup to watch, so I'm not really tripping too much on this. I'll get over it pretty quickly. Like I said, see y'all in October. Spurs in 8, man. We'll be back.
We really do got 4 months of our NBA basketball, man. That's tough.
Yeah.
We have the W. The W is providing great.
That's why I said NBA basketball.
I'm providing the alternatives for the people. We have W.
No offense.
We don't tolerate no W disrespect on this here platform.
Why Olivia Miles lose tonight?
I'm finna kick you. Hey,
you can
Olivia Miles ball today. Olivia Miles ball today.
Did she win?
It wasn't her fault.
Why she only had 1 assist? Where's what I play?
They were switching the pick and roll. And they were saying, "Hey, we dare you to score like your little."
Oh, but when Steve Nash did it, yeah, but when Steve Nash did it,
I already knew you was going to bring up Steve Nash. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? You're too predictable, man. You're predictable, man.
Still averaging 10 assists. You better put some respect. So because people switch, she can't pass no more. Damn, one-dimensional.
Hey, you heard what I said about Luka when you talking about this switching shit.
Yo, what the fuck? Wait.
What's up?
Yo, what the fuck? Hold on. Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah. Wait, okay, lit. Yo, good morning, gents. How you guys doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm a fucking. Wait, can you swear?
Yeah.
Do what you want. Okay.
Yeah. Say slurs if you want. Like, let's go.
No, not slurs.
Let's go. Champion up here, long time. Bro, I was going through it. Like, first quarter sucked, and then, hey, Brunson, he's just that guy.
Is this Brunson better?
Yeah,
it is Brunson. Yes, it is.
I knew I could hear the pounds. I could hear it. I was like,
oh, okay. Really quickly, I'm huge on giving people their flowers. You two are like 2 of the best guys in the game that cover the game. But I don't know how old you are, but like, for people that look your age, there aren't many people that know what was going on in the 70s, 80s. And, you're obviously basketball genius, real talk, same as you. I always tune into your breakdowns and listen to PC episodes when a certain stationary isn't there. But we'll we'll leave that.
We
Okay,
appreciate the kind words, man. We
now I
appreciate
got the
kind
niceties out the way really quickly. Real talk, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to kick you out of Brunson FC, right? I've been sending super chats to try and convince you, right? Don't kick me, right? To try and convince you that Brunson is better than Cade, right? You're staying on that side, which is cool. But if you're Brunson FC, you've got to be deluded at this point in time, right? That jersey behind. All right, let me check. I'll say this to the runners up.
You on strikes 1 and 2 already. You better tread lightly, sir.
That runner up to the runners up. Dylan Harper, jeez, he's a hooper. Wemby, I still have him best in the world. I thought what he did against Shea was enough to convince me, because you're seeing both of them play against each other. One player just looks better. For me, that's just enough. De'Aaron Fox, that contract saved the league as far as I'm concerned, because Spurs would be going into this offseason with like 60 mil cap space. It's like, what the fuck? So that contract absolutely saved the league, because they can't get off it. It's top 10 worst contracts in the league, respectfully. What else do I want to say? Yeah, listen, that Brunson performance, like we saw Ant against the Spurs. I'm not even going to count that because he was injured and Ant is like super special. But we saw SGA against that same defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone said first 2 games, Brunson, obviously, he was bricking the shit out of it. But obviously, I'm Brunson bad. It was tough. But I take you back to 24 against Philly. He had 2 terrible games where he was just bricking, right? But he figures things out over series, right? Game 4s are typically his best games. I go to game 4 last year against the Celtics, where a lot of people glaze that Tatum performance. I thought Brunson was that 39 and 12. Before tonight, that was still the best Brunson, like most all-round complete playoff game I've seen from him. It was just like, that was just ridiculous. He was just in a mode all game. Cap 2 points. Thanks for coming. NBA champion. Mikel F them picks. Josh Hart cheeky double. Who else do I want to shout out? OG. Oh my goodness. OG Anunoby, jersey retired, Knicks legend. Like, I thought after game 4, when I was watching the game ended, I was like, OG finals MVP. Like, come on. I then rewatched the game and, I slept on it a little bit. That Brunson, I did watch. I was like, it could be Brunson, not just because of the 29 points, but like, I just thought he was incredible in game 4. Obviously, he solidified it tonight. But I think he does deserve a bit more credit. Not from you guys, obviously, but just in general. Like, it's so easy for people to say, oh, put X guard on the Knicks and they just win the championship. Me personally, like, I get Cade is a better passer, better defender, but I just don't think basketball works like that, especially if you're just talking about winning. The amount of, like, the leadership that goes into winning, obviously we're not in, Mars, you always like to say, like, you're not in the locker room, so we don't know. But there has been, like, enough reporting to, like, talk about what he is as a leader. And obviously, like, you always see, he never smiles in the fourth quarter. Like, he had 14 points in the fourth and then 14 points in the third and then 15 points in the fourth tonight. And then that fall away jumper in game 1 was ridiculous. It's small things, intangible things like that, which when you're analyzing basketball players, you can't, like, give them, because obviously when you say who's better, you just look at ability versus ability. But if winning is, like, what we're actually focusing on, and that's the most important thing, then I do think as cringy as it sounds, the intangibles in, like, the leadership, the clutchness, you could argue that stuff does bump him close, because and I'm talking a lot here, I understand, like, Tatum, obviously more complete player, Cade, more complete player, Embiid, more complete player, but he has played all of these guys in playoff series, Jimmy Butler, and the only person that we've lost the faith to is Pascal Siakam. Like, and that's since he's been a Knick. Respectfully, like Siakam cooks us. He puts OG in that Beyblade spin shit that he does, and we can't guard him. We just can't guard him. So, like, I get it. People don't have him top 5, top 10, whatever. But at the same time, people have to also explain how he's just looking. He played better than Wemby. He literally had a better series than the best player in the world. Like, if he's not top 10, not top 5, how do we explain those sorts of things is my question to you guys.
How do you explain that?
Somebody like a Tatum, like you bring that up. Like, let's not forget that Tatum also has conquered what he needed to conquer and won an NBA championship. So, like, even the winning and intangibles and all of that stuff, like that's not a knock or a one-up for Jalen Brunson in a Tatum conversation. He's just not a better basketball player than Jason Tatum. I mean, me and Mars, I do take into consideration winning probably more than a Mars, but like at the end of the day, we rank basketball players at how good we think they are at basketball. And so I do think Jalen Brunson is a top 10 player in the league. I don't doubt that, but like I just think Cade is better than him at basketball. I think Tatum is better than him at basketball. I just think they're more complete, well-rounded players. It's not a knock to Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is one of the best scoring guards I've ever seen in my life. I've said this now for quite some time. I remember earlier.
That guard off now, 45 in the close again. Scores, I see. We don't need the guard. We don't need the guard stuff anymore.
I remember what was it? It was early on this season on PC where I was, questioning where does he rank amongst smaller guards, and I was like, hey, he's in that conversation with Allen Iverson. And he was like, oh, you're crazy. Oh, you know how big Oxenden be doing because they have their ties to their players, but I'm that high on Jalen Brunson. I think Jalen Brunson is absolutely amazing at putting the ball in the hoop, especially considering his stature.
I don't understand how that right-handed layup off. Like most of his shots, I'm like, how? But when he drives and gets the right-handed layup off, I'm like, that layup he had against Wemby where he bumped him and then laid it up. I'm just like, how are you doing these things? Like, I get shocked sometimes. Bro, he won us a chip. I now know how Lakers fans feel. I know how, like, old champions.
Slow you.
Well, we're on the board. Well, no, we've already got 2, but first time.
Laker fans, we know what it feels like to go back to back. We know what it feels like to go back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? It's a little different over here. But salute to y'all.
Do you know what that's like? Do you know what that's like?
Yeah, I was alive, wasn't I?
Was you conscious experiencing the three-peat?
Absolutely. I'd already explained to my father how big of a Laker fan I was.
I'm 4 years old.
Correct. The other I wanted to get to is the Boston Celtics. And look, yes, we won a chip, but ops always stay on my mind, rent-free. I'm not ashamed to admit it. There's been a lot of Boston Celtics glaze. A lot of people look at the Boston Celtics as like this pristine organization. I had a look at the rundown of like the previous years of Executive of the Year winners. And I know that's not a stat that people actually pay attention to, but the last 3 years, it's been Brad Stevens, Sam Presti, Brad Stevens again. I actually think it's insane that they won, that he won that award. And Derek White, I think I sent a few super chats. He's made, I think, first team All NBA or defense, twice in the last 2 years, or at least he's made the teams twice. OG made second team this year, didn't make it last year, even though last year I actually argue it's probably better defender last year. There's a lot of Boston glaze that I think they just get given. Like Brad Stevens won Executive of the Year for clearing cap space and trading for Anthony Simons. Like their center rotation was Luke Garza and Keita. Leon Rose has just done, he's been in the Knicks 5 years. 6 years, like we traded RJ Barrett for OG. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? We signed Brunson in free agency. The league just saw that and was just like, cool. Brad Stevens, yeah, there you go. Sam Presti, here you go for tanking. Anyone can tank. Like that's not skill. Anyone can take Wemby at number 1. Anyone can take Dylan Harper at number 2. Anyone can do these things, right? And I mean, Shea should be pissed because he's probably down like 2 all NBA seasons because I think he was averaging 30 and in 30 games. Sam Presti just pressed the button and said, nope, that's enough from you, Shea. We're winning 30 games this year. That's it, max. And, you know, it's like Leon Rose has, obviously, he's got the championship to show for it. But I think, obviously, because we've been terrible for very, very long time, we still have that, I guess, stench on us. Like, you know, we were down bad as the Kings. But I do think people need to start looking at us like one of the top tier organizations in the league. Leon Rose doesn't miss. Like, you forget about signings like Dante DiVincenzo, who, like, he's still one of my favorite Knicks, even though he only played 1 year. But if you look at it, we sold high on him because the Timberwolves didn't really want Randall. They wanted Devo in that trade. Well, that was the thing that held it up because initially we were offering Mitch. But if you look at Dante's best season of his career was in New York, and we sold high on him. We sold high on RJ Barrett and Emmanuel quickly, right? And that's Leon Rose again. We sacked Tibbs and we got Mike Brown. Again, Leon Rose, masterclass. And a lot of people were clowning Leon Rose for calling up this coach and doing his due diligence on that coach, and calling up the whole league. And why are they speaking to all these coaches? Because he wanted to find the right one. And he did. We are NBA champions in 2026. The last thing I want to say, gents, is I remember the last town hall. I think someone said about the Knicks going back to the finals. And both of you were like, you'd both be totally shocked if the Knicks were to get back to the finals. I would understand the totally shocked part if it was like, will the Knicks go back to back? I don't think that's realistic, although never say never. But just making the finals, like the Giannis stuff aside, do you guys just think Pacers come back healthy, like they just clear us? Or like, is it this? Because I wanted to play the Celtics instead of the Sixers this year because in my opinion, Celtics can't beat us. Is like now that we've got OG and Mikal, and then Cat's he's just he cooks Tatum every time low post. He's too big for him. I don't think the Celtics can beat us as currently constructed. And then when I look Detroit, I don't really see. I'm not going to be cocky say guaranteed, but who do you guys think is just gonna, like you guys said, shocked to make it back? So I just want a bit of that. So yeah, that's all I've got. Appreciate you guys.
I think I said I'd be shocked if this was the finals next year. I think.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, you did say that.
So yeah, both teams making it back is what would shock me. I think one or the other could. I'd be very shocked if both did. But yeah, I think I really have to see what Indiana look like next year. I don't know what Halliburton's gonna look like. I don't know how Zoo fits into all of this.
Yeah,
like there's reason to be pessimistic about Indiana. So I have to just see them before I can say what I think. I think the 3 best teams in the conference are the Knicks, Boston, and Detroit. You guys are.
Don't forget Atlanta.
In terms of matchups, you guys probably match up the best with those 2 teams. Like if there was like a round robin tournament between you 3 teams, I think you would probably win it more often than not, because of how you match up. But oh no, man, you guys just want to chip, man. Why not? Yeah, you guys can go back to the finals next year. It's your day. I ain't gonna knock anything. Yeah, why not? I would be. I think you guys will come into next season as the Eastern Conference favorites, and I think that's well deserved. I think that's well deserved.
Real talk. What about you, bro?
I have the Celtics being OD next year. I think they're about to pull off a big move. I don't think there's going to be the team at all next season. I'm actually fairly confident in them getting Giannis Antetokounmpo. So,
hey, yeah, let's go to Celtics. You got me. Yeah, let's go to Celtics.
And it's kind of like.
Actually, I take that back. I need to see who that point guard is. I need to see who the center is. Like, you're not going to convince me.
Tatum's the point guard.
You're not going to the actual point guard. You're not going to convince me Peyton Pritchard. After what I just saw from De'Aaron Fox, right, and how much you need a point guard, right? Not just, elite wings.
There's no Jason Tatum and Giannis.
What's wrong with Peyton Pritchard?
No.
In fact, Peyton Pritchard, low-key, would have been a help to the Spurs because he's a knockdown shooter. That was low-key. That's something the Spurs are missing, particularly from that guard position. It's like real reliable shooting.
But Pritchard is like, the law of diminishing returns. Like, yeah, it's cool when he's coming off the bench, giving you 20 minutes, spark plug. Okay, you can even start him. He'll play 25 minutes. If you're asking him to be the starting point, like in the finals, playing 40 minutes, what do guys really expect from him?
OD, yeah. I mean,
36 minutes. Like, what are everyone expecting Peyton Pritchard to do? Right, I'm a bit confused on that. And then, so the last thing I want to say, I've said this like twice now, is apologies. You know how people look at scoring options as like 1As, 1Bs, whatever, right? Who can be the 1A on a championship, 1B on a championship, etc. I do think we need to start looking at defense in the same way, like who is a 1A defender, 1B defender, etc. Because someone like hypothetically, if Tatum and Giannis are on the same team, it's very easy to look at that and say that's just the foundation of an elite defense, which I do agree. But there isn't a 1A defender on that team. What I mean by that is neither of those two players actually want to be the guy that guards the opponent's best player, be that 1A defender. Giannis does not give a. I mean, he's happy with his weak side rim protection gimmick, his chase down block gimmick at this point of his career, which is cool, right? And Tatum, he can guard fives, he's switchable. No one on that team is actually the 1A, like Derek White. Don't get me started, Derek White. No one on that team is actually a 1A defender. And you don't have to just be a POA to be a 1A defender. Like Wemby, to me, is a 1A defender. Rudy Gobert is because they take pride in being that defensive anchor. But Giannis and Tatum are both 1Bs or like 2s on defense, like your second best defender, your third best defender. I don't really see the OG Anunoby on their team, the Thomas, going crazy, whatever on that team. So yeah, that's what I want to say. Appreciate you guys.
Merry Christmas. Oh, Giannis slander, but Merry Christmas.
Big fan of Giannis, don't worry, but he's not a 1A defender, as I like to say.
I mean, Jordan Walsh, I think that's going to be his role on that team. But thank you for your time. Definitely good talks. And we will catch you on the next one. Appreciate you.
For sure. Thanks, guys.
See, boom, boom, boom.
How many people we got left?
5. Yeah, we're closing down. Yo.
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for bringing me up here. Now that we've seen, I've been waiting for this. Now that we've seen the Eastern Conference team completely annihilate a team from the Western Conference, the second best or the best team from the Western Conference, can we please finally put a kibosh on the weak East stuff? Like, honestly,
I don't see the correlation.
What do you mean you don't see the correlation? The like third
best team in the league.
No, this is not the best team in the. This is not even the best team in the.
I said
East,
it could. I said it could. That's what
they could not, because a healthy Indiana Pacers team is going to deter.
Press them, yeah.
No, but that's I'm not.
No,
theoretically, the East could have the best team in the league.
I have so many.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Theoretically, they could. That's exactly what.
You and Legend of Winning are the main perpetrators of this online in the NBA space. Have been spreading all this propaganda about the weak East stuff. First of all, no one is talking about how
on my own platform, so that's just not even true.
Ron. No, Ron. No.
It's definitely not me, but I mean, I guess. But I'll entertain it for this, but it's definitely not me. But I'll be that person for this.
No, okay. Ron the Notorious. He has said that the East is mid. I think the East is a healthy East is straight up better than the West. Like, and I don't know how people are still how is this a conversation right now. A healthy East is better than the West, but we're not to get off track.
Better than a healthy West.
Yes,
that's your opinion. Okay,
that's undeniable at this point.
Okay.
Like, okay, I'm about to explain it. We just saw in the Western Conference, we saw OKC and the Spurs minus the games where Wemby was out or hurt. They swept their conference. There was no comp until they got to the conference finals. They
didn't play a healthy conference.
No.
Okay, you can't start
the Lakers were hurt.
A healthy East is better than a
the Lakers
West.
were hurt.
Tell me what happened.
The Lakers were hurt. The Lakers were hurt.
The Lakers were hurt. The Rockets were hurt. The Timberwolves were hurt. That's three of the best teams in the conference all hurt. Kevin Durant was hurt.
The Timberwolves were hurt. Yeah, that's true.
Austin Reeves was hurt. True or false? True. Luka Doncic was hurt. True or false? True. Anthony Edwards was hurt. True or false? True. That's three of the top 6 teams in the West all hurt. So if the argument is going to be a healthy East versus healthy West, don't tell me what happens in an unhealthy West. That's irrelevant to the conversation.
Okay, I'm not even talking about that. But like, what about the Phoenix Suns though? The Phoenix Suns were a playoff team. And they're trash.
Yeah,
you can't say they're unhealthy. They're healthy.
No, Jordan Goodwin got hurt, but I'm not going to push that propaganda. And Mark Williams was hurt too. But yeah,
let me look at this bracket. Hold on, let me look at this bracket real quick because
Jordan Goodwin and Mark
technology not about to work on me.
Jordan Goodwin and Mark Williams were hurt for the Suns. They inevitably got swept by the Oklahoma.
The Lakers didn't have Luka.
The Lakers didn't have Luka or Austin Reeves for the first.
Or Austin Reeves, yeah, that's correct.
Games against Houston, yeah. So they.
But the Timberwolves had Ant. Ant was playing, man. I don't want to. The Timberwolves Ant played.
Real talk. Tell me about the health of Anthony Edwards. What percentage would you give?
He was unhealthy. He was like 50%.
So are we not talking about a healthy Western Conference?
No, that is what you said. You said a healthy East
is
better
true.
than a
that is
healthy
true.
West. That's what you said.
So who was healthy who was healthy in the West? OKC weren't even healthy in the West. J-Dub missed damn near the whole postseason. So OKC
that's another thing to my point. That's another thing to my point.
Denver
OKC was about to sweep the West without even trying, without even a full roster.
Was Portland the only healthy team in the West?
No, it was not. Hold on, let me look at this roster. Denver was healthy until Aaron Gordon went down. Denver was healthy.
Peyton Watson didn't play a second.
Peyton Watson is no important piece in Denver. Is he like a pivotal piece? Is he? Is Peyton Watson like pivotal to Denver's success?
Peyton
This is a
Watson
bad.
Well, fourth best player. I'll say fourth.
He's like the fourth best player. Okay.
So their third best player.
Well, the fourth best player in Denver was hurt.
Fourth best player doesn't play. Yes.
I'll give you Minnesota and the Lakers that they were beating with injuries, but and then Houston KD was hurt. Even with if KD was
Fred VanVleet also didn't play the whole
healthy.
year. Steven Adams also didn't.
No, not Fred VanVleet. This important piece. You're the one that said even if Fred VanVleet came back, it wouldn't matter. Now all of a sudden Fred VanVleet would save the team.
That doesn't mean.
But anyways,
KD that does not mean he's not important.
He cooking you, Mars.
I'm gonna be honest.
Kevin Durant can't handle the ball. Kevin Durant needs someone to set him up. So even if he was around, they would still be getting fried.
I'm not saying.
I'm looking at these brackets right now. The Detroit Pistons, Orlando Magic, Cleveland Cavaliers, Raptors, Hawks, and Celtics. These are all better. These are all better play-in teams and playoff teams than the play-in team and playoff teams in the West. And I think yeah. Is that crazy? That the Orlando Magic could be like a top 5 team if they were healthy and were coached properly. The Orlando Magic can shoot, they can drive, they're athletic,
the Orlando
and they
Magic
have size. Or the Orlando Magic can drive to the basket, they're athletic, and they can shoot, and they have size.
They can shoot. The Orlando Magic.
Yeah,
the man.
What is that crazy to say?
The Orlando Magic can shoot.
Yeah. They got shooters in Orlando. Am I crazy to say that?
They have a shooter.
I don't know the exact.
They have one shooter.
Yeah,
Desmond
they can't
Bane.
really shoot. They can do everything else that you said.
They
But
have
they
one
can't
shooter,
really shoot.
Desmond
Okay,
Bane.
whatever. They played way beneath their standards, and that's a play-in team in the East.
Oh,
A play-in team. And then also.
That's fair.
And then also you have Philly. Like, and Philly in round one is more dangerous than Philly in any other round, in my opinion, because Joel Embiid is at least functional. He can at least he's going to be as healthy as he's ever going to be in the playoffs.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And then at the Atlanta Hawks is a good team in my opinion. The Raptors is okay, and I already spoke about the Magic. So like I'm looking at the first round. The first round in the East is way more competitive than the first round in the West. And then when you get to the second round, okay, you got to hurt Lakers, you got to hurt Timberwolves. They're hurt, but I don't. I think even if they were healthy, they would still be light work for the Thunder and the Spurs. Because just because of matchups for Timberwolves versus the Spurs, and then for the Thunder, also you have a matchup issue. So like, I also another thing that I want to speak about is how like in the West the conferences were basically wrapped up by before the halfway through the season, if I'm correct. Before the season was halfway finished, we already knew that the Thunder was the best team in the West and they'll be the number one seed, and the Spurs had the second seed wrapped up. So like for me, the Western Conference is less competitive. It's super top heavy. Like after you get past the Lakers, like there are no true contenders. It's OKC, the Spurs, and then the Lakers, because I believe in Luka and LeBron. I believe in that. If you just have competent. Yeah, no, they're frauds. And if you have competent help around those, the Luka and LeBron, I think you can do something. You can make a run. But after that, like it's a bunch of like mid teams in the West. Meanwhile, out east, even the play-in teams like the Charlotte Hornets are like one move away from being a problem. I believe in the Magic. I think that Detroit is one move away from being a problem. So in the East, you have the Knicks, which have a championship. Boston, which just needs a center and a point guard. Pacers, when they come back, they're going to be a problem. That's three championship caliber teams. I think that the Pistons are one move away, and then Cleveland. I don't really believe in Cleveland anymore, but they're still a great team. Like I think the East is more competitive. They have better teams, and it's harder to get out of the East than it is to get out the West.
I think it might be more competitive.
Obviously, you disagree that it's harder to get out the East?
Well, no, because it's more competitive, so it'd be harder. So I agree with that. That doesn't mean I think the conference is better.
Okay,
well, the teams in the West are better, but yeah.
Why?
Because I think OKC, San Antonio, Denver, the Lakers, the Rockets, and the Wolves is a better top six than what the East has, personally. And then, yeah, I agree. The play-in the West is kind of fugazi with Phoenix, Portland, the Clippers, the Warriors, and then the teams below that stink. So I'm saying the West is probably better at the top. So I can agree with the top-heavy part. The East probably has better teams all throughout. I just don't think they have. I think their talent really falls off from like 4 through 7. So I think
okay, we'll see.
Competitiveness, but they're not as good. So that's why it's more competitive, because the teams are worse. So you're competing against worse teams, but you're close to the other worse teams. So the series are closer, in my opinion.
Okay. I'm really watching the East next season because I want to see what Charlotte does, and I want to see what the Wizards can do. Like how real is that team? Because Trae Young is a good floor raiser, so he can at least make them somewhat competent. So and also you won't be able to like feast on the East. So like the win totals, the win-loss ratio between the East and West is not going to be as crazy because you can't feast on Charlotte and the Wizards anymore. So like I want to see how that shakes out next season. Also, one last thing, I want to be quick. Becky Hammond is totally incorrect about what she said, or at least halfway incorrect. Like if we're talking about best player on a championship winning team, then sure, like small point guards are bad. But one thing that I feel like she overlooks is that throughout the history of most of the NBA, until very recently, due to rule changes and spacing, most point guards are between like 6'4" and 6'2" or 6 foot. It's just anatomically better to have a point guard that's that size because they're closest to the ground, have a low center of gravity, they're quicker, and they can navigate through spaces. It wasn't until like you have like wide open lanes and your freedom of movement that you can really have a big point guard. Even now, the big guards, aside from like Luka, I'm trying to think of a good big guard. Aside from Luka and SGA, most of them are actually like fugazi ball handlers, and they can't actually do point guard things right.
Cade
turns over the ball a lot, but sure, Cade. I think Cade is a two guard, really.
Disagree with. I don't agree with that. I think.
Really?
Yeah, no, I think he's turned himself into too much of a.
Oh, you talking about Cade? No, I thought you were meaning like in general, like for what I said about ball handling for big.
Oh
guards.
no, that I was agreeing with as far as like being lower to the ground, and now with the freedom of movement, also the wider lane driving angles and stuff to the basket because of the spacing and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it used to be an advantage being smaller, quicker, because you had to navigate some tighter spaces. So like I see that point. But we appreciate you, Metropolitan being. I thank you for coming up here cooking Mars. You know what I'm saying?
No problem.
Definitely
Thank
needed
you.
that to happen. And
This
we
is a
will
good one.
see you
Thanks for
next
being up
time.
here.
Yes, sir. Good guess. Good guess that guy was. Good guess.
You go about 20 minutes for a talk.
First off, when we just did the episode on your channel, it was damn near 3 hours, and I didn't complain not one time. So you're going to sit there as long as I want you to sit there. You hear me? I knew he was going to do that. Hello.
Yo, what's going on, Rizzo?
How you doing, man?
Good, man. It's a bad night for 77 FC.
Oh, you're a Luka guy?
I'm from Dallas.
Why is it bad for 77 FC? I'm confused.
Brunson better
Jalen Brunson won a championship. What they got to do with us?
Because they're going to use it as propaganda.
Yeah, but who gives a damn what dumb people are saying? No actual serious person is going to be thinking that Jalen Brunson is as good as Luka Doncic.
Real talk. I'm telling you how these things go. Winning bias is a thing. It's just going to be the way it is. It's not looking good. And I'm worried because I don't know if he can ever have a team that's capable of winning because of the situation he was in. He finally got all the pieces just to be traded in the middle of the night into a situation that doesn't have a lot of flexibility and is debating on paying AR an exorbitant amount of money. And I'm not comfortable with that because I need 77 to get one of these. It's necessary.
77 is en route to being one of the 20 greatest basketball players we've ever seen in our life. Jalen Brunson is nowhere near that trajectory, nor that level of player. We're fine. The fact that you're even like up here worrying about Jalen Brunson, I'm questioning your 77 fandom. I really am.
You're questioning? I've been here since rookie year. Don't you question me. I am from Dallas, Texas.
You because why are you worried about Jalen Brunson of all people?
I know
we're battling people like Shea and them type niggas. We're not worried about no goddamn Jalen Brunson.
Real talk. It's the agenda. Where there's a will, there's a way. Okay. They're going to use winning bias. I'm telling you right now, what's happening in this chat. I've seen about 10 different people talk about 77 disrespecting.
Exactly. You've seen 10 people. We've peaked at over 900. Stop listening to fools. Stop worrying about what select fools have to say. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's seriously having a conversation about Jalen Brunson and Luka Doncic. That's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's Luka Doncic. And it's fucking Jalen Brunson.
Yes, it's Luka Doncic, the most hated player in the league.
I don't even think that's true, though. I don't think that's true.
I think that's true. I think the 24 season was a perfect encapsulation of it. You create the most offense, and then they hold winning against you, even though you had the most injuries to your team than any other MVP candidate. He dropped
I am putting
73,
the
and
link
then the
in the
next day
chat,
they
but
hated him.
only for I see Bob. I see Bob in the chat. If you are not Bob, don't hit the link because we only have one more person after this.
I understand that he is still a great player. He's still top 5 and all that. I'm saying for the narrative talk, it's kind of fried right now, and that's what
We'll
I'm
be
worried.
back.
It's not. I know we'll be back, but I don't have faith in him getting the team to propel him to the place that he already was. That's my thing.
Look, man, we're gonna bounce Austin Reeves because he don't deserve not that money on our team. We're letting LeBron. We got to get LeBron off the roster. That money's gonna free up, and then we're gonna build a team around Luka Doncic. Don't worry so much. And you definitely don't need to be worried about Jalen Brunson.
They're already saying Luka held him back, and he got carried.
You're gonna stop disrespecting Jalen Brunson. That's what you're
in the 22 Western Conference Finals, they're saying he got held back and Jalen Brunson carried him, and then they say Kyrie carried him in the next one. I'm just telling you what things have been said, and so with all that being said, I'm just not in the best place right now.
I don't pay those people no mind, man, and I'm gonna tell you to pay those people no mind.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to breathe and just calm myself down. But 77 FC, we will be back. Castle, it was not a good night. That's my guy. It was not a good night. Dylan Harper, that's keeper right there. You know, that's at least one guy who can hoop under pressure. De'Aaron Fox, get him the fuck out of here. You bum. I have no. Nah, he gets no leeway from me. I get it. He had a hurt ankle, but you're not getting any leeway from me, buddy. You're trash. Who else? Oh, Keldon Johnson. That fake ass game 7. I see you. That was a fake ass 30. Some bullshit. Okay. And yes, Wemby, please get better so that we can put this GOAT talk to bed. I'm tired of this LeBron versus MJ stuff. It's very tiring. We just need someone just to come over and just be like, oh yeah, that's the guy. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had to say.
All right, man. We appreciate you. Hopefully we can see you next time. Is it Shepherd Sounds?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you coming
that's
up.
you. Hello.
Yeah, hi, Mars.
Hello.
Don't worry, man. Everything's all right, bro. 77's fine, man. We're one of the greatest of all time. Like, come on, bro.
I know, and that's what's boggling because this winning bias bullshit is gonna drive me crazy. I promise you. Because
bro, do you not see how much these niggas come up here and nut hug Steve Nash, and you're worried about Luka Doncic? Man,
Steve Nash has MVPs. At least they can hold their hat on something.
They only have 2. We're about to be.
That's more than.
We are about to be 10-time first-team All-NBA.
And
what are you talking about?
You know what they're gonna say? Regular season award. He didn't win.
What the fuck is the MVP?
At least MVP, you could argue with the best player in the regular season. Ooh,
No,
hey, I was top 5. I was top 5 a couple times. Ooh,
yeah.
We don't care about that shit.
Steve Nash
clears. Yeah, Steve Nash clears. What are you talking about?
Not okay. Okay, relax, buddy. Relax. Okay, I was up with you until you started. All right, just relax with the Steve Nash prop when it comes.
I don't even use the Steve Nash MVPs. I really should. How many point guards got 2 MVPs? Him, Magic, and stuff.
You could kick me, talk.
Oh, and Shane. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Shane, but salute.
We'll see you later, man. We appreciate you. Relax yourself. Take a drink. Take a shot or something, man. 77's fine, bro. It is what it is, man.
Well, I'm going to Arlington tomorrow, so shout out all the Japanese. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and shout out the World Cup, huh? USA. I don't know if that was a fake.
We did win. I did see that.
Brother, we were 3-0 up at halftime.
I'm not rooting for that.
You guys beat Paraguay. Yeah.
Brother, hey, they beat Portugal. I mean, they beat Brazil and Argentina in friendlies leading up to it. That's all I'm gonna say. They're not as bad.
Can't name not 2 Paraguayan players, but I mean, hey, beat Paraguay. Yeah.
Mars, can we have this? We haven't had.
No, congratulations! I hope you guys win the tournament. I hope you guys win it.
We're not winning the tournament. I just want to win a knockout game. You know, I think my expectations are reasonable.
I think you guys can win the tournament. Why not?
Okay, all right.
Is it you only have to win one game?
No,
No,
so
you gotta win.
But I'm saying like
32, then
4?
16, then 8, then 4, and then the last game.
But I'm saying how many times you got to play one team?
Oh,
One
once.
time?
But that's only
Yeah, it's not like a
basically
series.
right
It's
now.
not
Single
like a
elimination. Yeah, single
Yeah.
elimination.
Oh yeah, USA all the way, baby. Come on, all you gotta
Exactly.
win
Just
is
get
one
lucky
game.
a little bit. Yeah, just get lucky a little bit. Come on.
Yeah, man. But we
Score a
appreciate
goal
you,
and
Shepherd
push it.
Sound.
Yep.
Next time, until next time.
Yes,
I
sir.
bid you
Yes,
adieu.
sir.
Righty. We're gonna last two. What's
Oh, what's this? Oh, don't worry about my emblem. You know, don't worry about the emblem. But you know, who said in 5? I'm sorry, was it not me? Who said the Knicks was going to be Eastern Conference Finals? Was it not me? Was it not me that told you that Brunson being the tip of the spear primary ball handler would work because them constantly attacking him would actually weaken down their defense because they didn't have anybody else? And also, was it not I who told y'all Harper is not him? I'm going to say it again. Harper is not him. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
No, we're pushing
Yes.
anti-Dylan Harper agenda after
You
this.
heard the
I don't give a
man.
flying F because you know why? He's a negative plus 12 plus minus. He scored 25 points and he was only 2 for 4 from 3-pointer. And on top of that, if y'all want to talk
Only
about the numbers,
50%.
he had 5
Only 50%.
fouls. He had 5 fouls. So
5
let's
of
actually
them.
talk about
He
this.
did have some bad fouls. He did have
He
some
had
bad
some
fouls.
stupid fouls that helped us come
one of
back.
them
So let's
fouls was
talk
on
about this.
OG at the end of the game, intentional foul.
No. I'm talking about the
Yeah,
two that the last two he got
But
on
in
Brunson.
the third, he got 2 bad fouls on. He got 2 bad fouls on Brunson for sure.
Yeah,
2 bad fouls on Brunson. That was bad.
And what was Brunson doing? That would kept Brunson's momentum, and Brunson carried the team because Brunson scored half of our points at one point of the game.
Brunson was frying shit regardless, but I mean,
hell yeah. But this is what I'm trying to tell you why y'all say, oh, Harper. Also, let's talk about Harper's offense. Harper only took those 4 3-pointers because there was a kick out to him. And on top of that, when you look at his game, he never set up anyone else. Yes, look at the game. He never set up anyone else.
The game,
and he went
nigga.
straight downhill. He went straight downhill to the basket. So please tell me if I'm wrong. That's all he has. And he's coming off the bench. You can see that he can get into foul trouble. Give him more minutes. He's not a ball handler because he's not a facilitator to get everyone involved. He's coming off of an action and running downhill.
I agree with that.
Okay, then. So where's his mid-range? Where's his ability to set up Wemby with a
agree with
lob?
that part too.
Where's his passing? Where's everything? All he is J-Dub last year of OKC that was doing the freedom. Yeah, because remember, J-Dub last year.
Oh, the 40-point game?
When he had the freedom to run to the rim. They did the same thing with him. That's why I tell y'all, just because he's young, he's exciting and fast, and he could do all of this. Y'all saying he gonna be a top 5 guard? No, sir. He only has a downhill approach coming off the bench with limited minutes, and all he has to do is just score. That's it. His defense, don't get me wrong, Brunson, nobody could guard Brunson at this point, I believe. But those 2 fouls that he got off of Brunson, he could have played better. And that's what I'm holding him accountable for because that kept us in rhythm and Brunson kept getting to the free throw line, drawing fouls, slowing up the game and making us win. Those 2 stupid fouls, they could have got back into action, especially when he hit his second 3 in the third quarter that kept them going. So please, Harper's not ready yet. Stop boosting him up.
Hell no, continue. But
I could cook all day, baby. And that right there is for Swiper. That's dedicated to Swiper. Talk about he gonna be top 5. You lucky I didn't wait till the members only because I still got 2 more. Penn and Drenchman. I'm waiting for y'all. I'm calling them out, baby. I've been right.
Talk to talk. What's up, okay? How you doing? How you feeling?
Go ahead, my man.
I want to preface this by saying I'm a Spurs fan. You know, congrats to the Knicks. BSFI. So let's say that. I do have one topic I want to get off. First things first, I'm going to talk about De'Aaron Fox, but I'm not going to slander De'Aaron Fox. I don't believe in calling out players like that. I always feel for players. Stay strong, De'Aaron Fox. Yeah, your head mentally got to be there, bro. sometimes I think of players like that, and that shit just makes me like sad for them sometimes. Yeah. I want to talk about what you said, real talk about Castle having the ball. And I think the reason why Castle has the ball is due to his deficiencies. But I also think it's because of De'Aaron deficiencies as well. He's not really that good of a passer. And who is our best passer on the team? Fox can't really get that downhill as much as the other guards to create advantages for other players. I do believe he creates other advantages, but he doesn't create as much compared to the other two guards. And I think that's the problem. I preferably do want De'Aaron Fox traded, but I'm not really like, I don't want to slander De'Aaron Fox, but it's just, I don't know. He's just kind of odd man out.
I got a
No,
question.
you know what's interesting also though, like some of the times I saw him being successful though, was like when some stuff was created for him, he was able to like attack a closeout. But also it was like one action I remember where he was running off some off ball action, almost like an Iverson screen, and then y'all got on the ball. He was able to turn the corner
At the
with his
top of
left
the free
hand.
throw.
And and it got me to like thinking like, what if he does kind of incorporate like some maxi in his game as far as like utilizing his speed as an off ball weapon. And then like I think that can facilitate him getting more downhill, because I do think something he's now just very comfortable with, even if he's not making the shot or whatever, it's just like pulling up. Yeah, he's very content with like just pulling up at the first sign of kind of like getting cut off or whatever. But I do think it would benefit him to use his speed, not just with the ball, but utilizing it off ball, and like getting defenders in a chasing situation. I think that could benefit his game.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say this real quick. I like your guys' setup with the Spurs. You guys should keep everyone, but take people off the Bucks. What I think that you guys do need is like a double big setup that you can run, like when you guys have a lead. And I also either a power forward or an actual center to run that setup, because you guys have the formula. And I also think that you guys need two shooters that are 3-and-D. One that can be on the starting role, and he could be a small forward or either a shooting guard, really good at the three ball, because when you guys get on these runs early, you guys tend to get cold real quick. You need someone to create their own three ball and their own mid range, and you need another person to help out Harper off the bench, because outside of him, you can see tonight he had 26 points, and y'all bench had 29. Like, you guys just need those two assets, because the big is going to help you with the rebounding game with Wemby, to where you can use Wemby as a roamer on defense and offense, to where he can get the ball out and be able to shoot, and you're not losing out on the rebounding, because now you got a big down there to box out, rebound, and Wemby could come off of a screen or cut to the basket, and you could just tap it right back to him for a lob. There's so many different setups you can run with this, but again, I don't want to give up y'all secrets to where y'all could beat us, because we the champs right now. I plan to see y'all in a year or two again in the championship. But keep the hope alive. You guys are still young, and I think that you guys got a lot to work on. The only thing is I think Mitch Johnson got out coached, and I hate to say it. Remember, Brown did coach the 2017 Golden State Warriors, and he also coached a lot of teams in the playoffs by himself as a head coach. So don't be discouraged, man. You guys actually you stopped our 13th game winning streak. We would have had 14 and 15. We would have been considered an all-time great team. You would have heard me say, we're better than Golden State. But nope, thanks to the Spurs, I got to put my foot in my mouth, and I got to be like, you know what? We're good, but not that good. You know what I'm saying?
Actually don't like that they won that game off y'all, because like if you're going to win a game to stop the streak, at least like make it interesting to win a couple of games, because now you did just prevent like a historic, like, oh man, they won. What it would have been in a row?
15.
Like
15 in a row.
It would have been
What a
15
championship.
straight. Yeah.
Yeah, they would have tied the Golden State Warriors 2017. Yep.
Yeah. Before I get off, because my phone is about to die. I've been here for like since the beginning of this stream. StreamYards takes a lot of battery off of an iPhone, man. It's crazy.
A lot of people have been here since the beginning.
Disrespectful. But
Thank
hey,
you.
he's about to die. We're not about to argue this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go
ahead.
Thank you. You guys have a good night. Also, actually, I forgot. Whatever. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Go New York.
Thank
go
you.
New York. Go. Ha ha.
Merry Christmas.
Appreciate you, okay.
So,
Appreciate you, Bob. You said what?
Thank you guys. You put up with me. I said, I thank you guys. You put up with me for 4 years. Now I can go into my little cave and scream as loud as I want to. Go New York, go New York, go 2026 champions of the world. Peace.
Yes,
Have a
sir.
good
I
night.
expect to see a custom hat soon, Bob.
Oh
I
yeah,
expect
it's
to see
gonna be
one.
orange, and it's gonna either have the orange strap and be blue, or it's gonna have the blue strap and be totally orange. I'm definitely gonna get one of them. I gotta find it custom made though. But thanks, man. Y'all be safe.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
You too.
Christmas.
Happy for Bob, man. Happy for Bob. And that's a real Knick fan right there. He been a Knick fan the whole time I've known him. You know what I'm saying? Stuck with his team. You know what I'm saying? Stuck with the team. I do want to show y'all a few things that we're going to read the last super chats, and then we're up out of here. But just some interesting quotes and clips after the game. Where are we? Where is it at? Bam. Mars, you are overwhelming me with enthusiasm. Here's Devin Vassell after the game. Obviously, had a few interesting comments.
You know, you guys have never let on that you saw them as anything more than rookies. You know, from the like you have to. But
tremendously proud of both of them. Starting with Carter and him not getting minutes in the beginning of the season, to going to the G League, to coming out here and changing games and making the impact and just trusting the process. He's going to be a special player. I know how hard he works. So he's going to be a really, really, really good defensive player. Offensive player is going to be a really good two-way player. Dylan, I think we all knew he was talented. I don't know anybody, if anybody knew he was this talented, probably besides himself. You know, he was upset with playing time and different roles that he was in. But when we needed him most, he stepped up. And we have a star in the making. And I know that he's going to put so much work into the offseason. It's not just offensively, but defensively. He's made a lot of plays. He's grown so much. And what is he, 20, 21 years old? I mean, the sky's the limit for him. So I'm just really proud of our rookies. They stepped up, and to be called, their number to be called in the NBA Finals shows the growth and the trust that the coaches have into them.
There's Devin Vassell talking about, Harper struggling with the role and whatnot that he had. Maybe frustrated coming off the bench. And then we have Mr. Shiloh Monk himself. Oh, yeah.
Appreciate y'all. See y'all. Never.
That's it. That's the whole clip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice.
That's it. It looks like the Monk lost a bit of his composure there. But it's fine. All monks do sometimes, you know.
Could you imagine if Wemby just announced his retirement?
Let me read these last few super chats, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Make sure that you like the stream, subscribe if you're not subscribed, turn that notification bell on so you know we're live. We drop another video. We appreciate y'all again. Last Town Hall Hoops of the season. The season is officially over. New York Knicks are your 2026 NBA champions. But make sure that you like the video. Like the stream if you're watching via VOD. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Hype the video as well, as all of that helps us out in the algorithm. All right. Here we go. Where was I? Okay, yeah. Flexed up 9261 with the 199 super chat. Brunson's mom and Kobe's sis were college roommates. That's where she picked up the info of winning to pass it down to Brunson. Absolutely. Brunson better. Is there a link to get on? You are up here, so you click the link. YouTube _power.
Yeah, YouTube. Facts. YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. 199 super chat. How many fingers blown off in New York by now? Don't know, bud. Lieben underscore live 499 super chat. Mike Brown, the first coach to win a chip after coaching LeBron, FYI.
Nice.
Yeah, he is. Mike cut his hair because of Onyx with the $5 Devin Vassell in his press conference said that Dylan Harper was upset about his playing time and certain role with the team during the season. We just saw that. Thank you. DSG Piccolo with the $5 super chat. Also, has any player failed at as many aura gambles as Wemby has in a single series? Hell of a season. My GOAT gets arrested. Knicks win the championship. How did you feel when you woke up and you saw James Harden and got arrested? I know you're a big Harden guy. I'm just, just curious.
What he does off the court, I don't care. Apparently it's just he didn't have his weapon holstered correctly. So yeah, I don't
You
care.
cared enough to get the details of the story. Touch Vigor.
No, I read the replies. I read the replies. I mean, I get. You think I clicked the link to see what was going on? I just put out the tweet saying
whatever floats your boat, Mars.
I mean,
whatever
sure, yeah.
floats your boat. $2 Canadian. For the record, Knicks have broke the 40-20 rule. That is true. Yeah.
Oh, they weren't 40-20 this year?
Yeah, no.
Oh, nice. So all it takes is be 40-20 or win the in-season tournament. One or the other.
Exactly. Dobie Greg with the $5 super chat. The Knicks entered the fourth down 7, and I felt they had already won the game. It's crazy just how inevitable the Knicks have felt in those fourth quarters. Yeah, real 2025 Pacers like, except they actually won theirs. And in the closeout game, Jalen Brunson actually showed up and didn't limp out.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting. That was nasty. That was nasty. I'm saying that was a joke, and it is what it is. Okay. Sometimes I have dark humor. I do have dark humor a lot of times, actually, and I just keep it to myself. I let one slip out. Apologies. Juke the Shooter, $4.99 super chat. In my opinion, the issue with team building, specifically the Western Conference, that teams are built for other Western Conference teams and not the East. Explaining why juggernauts struggle.
I just think it was fairly obvious the Knicks were a bad matchup for the Spurs. I don't know if I don't know. I just think the Spurs were a bad matchup. Well, the Knicks were a bad matchup.
Yeah, and I don't even just think it's because, built for Western Conference teams. I just think because I would have picked OKC if they came out the West against the Knicks. So, yeah, it's just matchup. No. OG team with the $5 super chat. Knicks have 24th and 31st pick this draft. Knicks need to add a playmaking ball handler other than Brunson to help relieve him. Who should we take? That's a Mars.
I have no idea. My draft, especially since my synergy got taken away, my draft knowledge. It used to be all right because I used to have the synergy, so I could, obviously get to the facts. Synergy got taken from me. I'm fried.
What do you mean it got taken from you?
Because they changed the rules that you can't share accounts anymore. So obviously I was getting my synergy from elsewhere. It wasn't my account. I don't have the motion to have a synergy account. So I was getting my account from elsewhere, but now you can't use the same account for multiple.
Can't you just buy synergy?
So since my synergy got taken away, I just can't do it. So my draft knowledge stops at like after the top 4 and like the main guards. There's a few players I know of and I can tell you a little bit about, but I'm not tapped in for real.
Data Baller needs to add like
they have a draft site, Draft Baller.
Is there film on there?
I don't think so. I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, probably.
I may be rich. I ain't synergy rich. I'm New York Parade rich. I'll be there. But Synergy, Rich?
Synergy's like $70 a month.
What Synergy you talking about?
It's more than that.
What
What is it?
$70? Guess.
Because I was thinking about buying it myself, and when I looked, I thought that was the price I saw.
He talking about $70. I would have been had that shit for $70.
What is it?
It ain't $70.
It's hundreds
He
a
talking about
month.
He talking about hundreds. Oh my god, have some shame. He talking about hundreds. Oh man, he don't know. It's cool though. Salute.
It's
Hundreds.
thousands a month.
There you go. Now look at you making sense. Talking about some hundreds.
Oh
my god.
Copa DC 99. Wait, did I read this? Did you see Vasil's post? Yes, we did. Copa DC 99, 199 super chat. Would you trade De'Aaron Fox for Trae Young if you could?
Trae Young talking that talk about how he gonna be one of them ones next year. I'm intrigued.
I mean, what else is he gonna say? Oh, I fucking suck. Like,
I mean, everyone says they're gonna be like the best version of themselves.
Exactly.
Someone told me I'm not good in New York, so if I die, I die. So hopefully I survive.
Brother.
But I'm not good over there, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
I'm actually not mad at Trae Young fitting over there in San Antonio.
That's what I wanted them to do all this time ago, yeah. But they now have.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I think I was in on that move too. This would be the best passer Wemby's ever played with. I mean, outside like Chris Paul, old Chris Paul, like by a landslide. And then I do think if you generate quality looks for Trae Young, and you get him in like a lot of swing. I think Trae Young's a really good shooter. I know his percentages maybe don't necessarily, tell you how good of a shooter he is. But I think if you put him in enough well-generated shot quality situations, that he'll make shots. So I'm not mad at it. Be True 2310, and then Wemby is probably the one person that could cover up a Trae Young defensively. Be True 2310, 499 super chat. Golden State with Jimmy Butler might have been better than 4-8 on the East.
I believed in the Steph, Jimmy, Draymond, Porzingis quartet. I believed in that.
You did.
Then obviously everything went to shit. But I definitely believed in that team to like be good.
They're just old, unfortunately. OG team with $2 super chat. Brunson ring better than KD rings. Nah, you ain't lying on that one.
Sure.
We don't respect those Golden State rings. You know what I'm saying? Casual fandom Hamza, $2 super chat. Shout out Olivia Miles, the real best in the world. Olivia Miles, the ball player you are. The player you are, young lady. Oh my goodness, I've been so right about that for a long time.
Not even a top 5 point guard in the league, but silly.
Please, she's the best point guard in the association right now. The best. I'm tired of holding she's the best point guard in the association right now. Rookie. Be True 2310 to 1999 super chat. Shout out to you two fellas for putting in the work and giving us peak entertainment and insight on the game this NBA season. Can't wait to see what the offseason has in store. If Mars don't low manage, LOL.
Yeah, people worried about me losing my job. So
what job? You talking about PC?
Yeah.
Nigga, please.
Because I don't talk enough. So
yeah.
I will be on unemployment soon.
Outside of like chill, you're probably the second safest person up there. 2K God, $5 super chat. Would the league have added a flagrant to Wemby for Brunson playing suspended for Game 6? I guess we'll never know. You know?
I mean, they suspended Draymond.
Well, it's Draymond.
Yeah, but I mean, he was top 7 in MVP. But they suspended.
Yeah, no, it's Z07. I can guarantee you the most secure is Chilltown Hoops. That brother isn't going anywhere. Okay,
For sure, yeah.
For sure. Okay. Mars number 2.
Ron has way more security.
I'm not counting Ron, but I'm not counting Ron. That's like I don't count Ron or Ox really. Like they're
so
like,
who else
duh.
is there?
But no, because it's like duh, they're going to be on there. Like I'm saying.
So what?
People
Me,
that
you,
they've had
Ken,
to
and
outside
Jordan?
meet. They had to like outside meet Chill. They had to outside meet you. Ox, Ron, them niggas been known each other. Like it's not. Anywho's this. Where are we at? Mike cut his hair because of Onyx. Bill Simmons saying 34 to my C's, please, big bro Brad. I think y'all are gonna get that done. I really do. And then I think the Celtics are gonna be the favorites to win the championship next year. I'm planning on
That'd be
Brad
cool.
Stevens to make the Celtics that good in the offseason. Last super chat. Okay, 3291. I think that was him up here just a minute ago. 499 super chat by Mike cut out. I meant to say I don't want to slander Fox.
None of us do, man. We all respect De'Aaron around here.
Please. Well, that will conclude this Town Hall Hoop Streams. We hope you enjoyed. We hope that you were fulfilled. Again, the season is now over. We want to thank you tremendously for all of the love and support that y'all have shown us during this NBA season. We will be still coming back during the off season. Now, will it be as consistent? We'll see. Maybe it'll just be once a week. Yes, just one time a week. So yeah, just stay tuned. Make sure you have your notification bell turned on for Mars and his channel. I believe he's already tagged in the title. So make sure that you do that. Have your notification bell on for me as well. I'll be doing some pods and stuff this off season. Tap into my Twitch. We'll be over there a lot during the off season so that we can watch film and stuff. And also my YouTube memberships on those streams. We'll be watching film because I believe you can do that on like membership only streams and stuff like that. But W season, W Town Hall Hoops, Mars, let the people know where they can find you and, give your words of gratitude to all of your supporters.
MarzTalksSports on YouTube, Hoop Talk podcast tomorrow. Me and John D obviously talking about the finals and whatnot and all that good stuff. You can find me on PC for now anyway, Monday through Friday, on the panel. What is that? 11 to 2 Eastern, 8 to 11 Pacific, 4 to 7 GMT, I guess, or CST would be 5 to 8, I think. Where else can you find me? Oh yeah, every social media, MarzTalksSports. I'm only active on Twitter though, so I mean, if you want to follow me on Instagram and whatnot, I don't do anything. But TikTok as well. I don't.
You have an Instagram?
I do. I have an Instagram.
Yeah, I know you're not posting anything over there.
Never in life, but I do have one. I don't even use it. I scroll reels on my burner accounts, so I actually don't even use it. But I do have an Instagram. And yeah, if you're in New York, Tuesday I'll be out there. Tuesday to Tuesday, so a week. I'm not planning anything, so if you run up on me and want to like kill me or something, I'll be there. So yeah, that's it.
Make sure y'all hit up Mars, show him a good time in New York. It's been fun. It's been real. We'll see y'all soon. Peace, love, and blessings
Merry Christmas.
to y'all.